Hello and welcome back to another somewhat surprising episode of Red Dot Forum Camera Talk. I am your host, David Farkas, joined as always by Josh Lehrer.
Everybody.
And naturally, down in the little box right here, over there, there we go. We've got
Hello.
Jose Rivera producing the show, looking great, very refreshed. As you may or may not have noticed, we are in a different time slot here.
That's right.
So we have shifted from the prime time Saturday night 8 p.m. slot to a Monday night at 7 p.m.
Well, actually, is it Monday night prime time for TV? It's Saturday night, not prime time. So
Sure.
technically,
We are now promoted to prime time.
that's right. I remember when I used to watch one of those crime shows. It was always on Monday night. That was like the prime.
That is.
So So I'm sorry if you can't watch your favorite crime show and you have to watch us instead. So.
Or you may be watching this not at all live,
Ooh, right.
which is fine.
Yes.
That is fine too. You're totally welcome to that.
Yes.
But we felt that we wanted to squeeze the show in because tomorrow I am leaving for Arizona, for Tucson. Josh is leaving the day after. So, and I just got back late last night from another trip. So basically it was today or never.
That's right.
And
we didn't want to go a month without giving you a show.
So we owed it to you because the last show that we did 2 weeks ago was on the Leica SL lenses. And because there's a lot of SL lenses to cover and we wanted to go into some level of detail and also show cool photos that were sent in to us via submission, we went a little over.
Shocking.
Shocking, I know. So we were able to cover half the lenses. Basically, we wrapped that up. That was everything from the wide angles all the way up to 35 millimeter, which gives a perfect breakpoint to cover 50 millimeter through the telephoto zooms, which we will do tonight. And that's basically it. If you haven't seen the previous episode, the part one, we do have that on our channel. You can just check it out in the Red Dot Forum Camera Talk playlist or in the SL playlist, and you can view it. But not now.
That's right.
Watch this one right now, and then you can go back.
Go back. Yes. So we, like David mentioned, we had not necessarily planned on doing this in two parts, but with so many lenses to cover,
Yeah.
we didn't want to necessarily rush through them, so we are splitting the SL lens lineup into two episodes. We called for submissions a couple of weeks ago to give everyone who watches the show an opportunity to share with us their favorite SL shots, and then we organize them all by lens. So if you didn't catch our last episode, the way this will work is we're going to go lens by lens in order of focal length. We'll talk about it, and then we'll actually show viewer submitted images, a few of ours maybe sprinkled in there, here and there. If you watch the last show, more than a few of David's, which is so whatever.
There's less this time. Less this time. I promise. I promise.
And we got a lot of great feedback from the last show. I think a lot of people were excited to see the kind of photography that everyone's doing with the gear. And we definitely took that feedback to heart, and we're going to find ways in the future to incorporate more viewer photography and our photography in the shows. So
Wait, are you saying that the point of cameras and lenses is to take photographs?
for some people, I mean, not
Wow.
for me, the point is just to have them
have
so
it,
I can
to have it.
memorize new product codes and put them on a shelf. But some people, I guess, like to take pictures, whatever. Not that we're going to a photography conference in 2 days.
Right.
So yes, we are going to the Leica Society International Spring Shoot in Tucson, Arizona. It's Wednesday through Sunday. If you're not a member of LSI, it is the premier Leica organization on the planet. It's an incredible community with great resources. You know, David and I are heavily involved. We go to as many of the meetings as they can. We've done exclusive live Red Dot Forum Camera Talk episodes at the meeting. So yeah, if you're not a member, you definitely need to join. I forget the website, but
LeicaSocietyInternational.org, I
that
believe.
sounds, yeah. But
Or maybe Leica
Jose
Society.
can find it and drop a link in the chat. So thank you to LSI for being the best. Now, we ended at 35.
We did.
Which means we are going to start at 50 millimeter. So without further ado, I think we're going to start with the most misunderstood, in my opinion, it's over there, misunderstood and maybe even underappreciated lens in the SL lineup, to the point where it's actually the only SL lens that is no longer part of the current product catalog.
It came and went.
It's the only one. All the other ones are still here, but
And I would say the number one complaint was certainly never about the image quality, but you'll see when we turn to the side, it's a bit on the larger side. Jose can actually get a top-down view here, and you can see, there it is.
So the 50 Summilux-SL, introduced in 2016, and it was a lens that I think was how do I explain this? As good as it was, some people couldn't get past the size and the weight relative to what they were used to for a prime fast lens. The reality is what we learned over the years using this lens is the performance was mind-boggling.
Amazing. I did a review of it.
Yes, David has an awesome review on Red Dot Forum back when the lens was new. And if I recall correctly, it actually was sharper than the 50 APO-M.
It was, yeah, in the center, right?
Yeah.
And that's the interesting thing about this lens is I would say it's well, until recently. I'm gonna give this caveat. Until recently, when the lens came out, it was the most M-like of the lenses, where it kind of gave this character almost, I would almost say like the Noctilux of the SL system, because very, very sharp in the center, wide open. I mean, very sharp, like 90% contrast at 40 line pairs per millimeter, wide open at 1.4. Extraordinarily high performance. And then it just kind of melted off into the corners, along with some really pretty natural vignetting. And not in a bad way. I mean, sometimes vignetting gets a bad rap,
right?
Where you think about these just really dark, hard edges. This one just kind of melted. That's the best way I can say.
Yeah.
Melted into the corner, both in terms of illumination for that vignetting, as well as subtle fall off in sharpness as well. And it really just like central subjects just popped. It was so three-dimensional, and just such a pretty lens. And the bokeh, just luscious and gorgeous.
And one of the complaints early on was the autofocus was quite slow relative to the other primes and zooms. It's still probably the slowest focusing of the lenses, but they've improved the speed significantly in the last 10 years with firmware updates, both for the lens and for the camera. So if you put this on an SL3S, for example, and everything is current on the firmware side, it's pretty fast. I mean, it's perfectly fine. And I think for portraits, this is the best lens in the lineup. If you want all the benefits of an SL lens, autofocus, weather sealing, electronic aperture control, crazy performance, with all the look of a really exotic, almost M lens, like David was saying, the 50 Lux SL is fantastic. And again, you can't get them new anymore, but on the pre-owned market, they're incredible value, I think.
Sure.
Kind of where they settled in at price-wise. And I don't think they're going to change anytime soon. But we should show some images.
Yeah, I do want to cover one other, I mean, besides the fact that it is, I mean, it is a chunk of a lens right here.
Yeah.
This is solid. It is all internal focusing, so it doesn't extend. Thankfully, I mean, it's already really large. It's pretty heavy. You probably have the weight specs there.
I don't know. It doesn't. It's only heavy compared to an M lens, but compared to an S, 24 to 90, it's lighter than 24 to 90. So
that's true.
Which is a lens that you and I have both used for years and years and years and years. So.
True, and an 82 millimeter front filter diameter, so it is in line with the main line: 1635, 24 to 90, 90 to 280, 70 to 200, 100 to 400 zooms, all of that. The other minor negative was the relatively long close focus distance. And I say relatively because it's half a meter. And you look at that and you say, oh, half a meter in SL lens, it's like, you got to be in the next zip code.
Right.
But relative to M lenses that have a standard minimum focus distance of 0.7 meters, 0.5 is noticeably closer. In fact, I think in my review at the time, I noted that the, oh no, that was the 75, but similar. Yeah,
I mean, if you want to focus super, super close, get it something different. But the reality is, for a lens like this, you're doing portraits, you're doing nature, you're doing things that
not
necessarily doing macro. You're trying to take advantage of a little bit more in your scene while still getting that absolutely gorgeous and super quick fall off, because the center is so incredibly sharp. You have this great differential between your in focus and out of focus areas because of that sort of sharpness differential, I guess. And the look is spectacular. You want to pull up some 50 Lux images?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, I'll give it a second here and we will get it going.
Interestingly, I didn't contribute any to these. But...
okay. I have one in here. It's probably too low resolution, but we'll get over it.
There we go. So,
here we go. This is Angel, perfect portrait lens. And this is a nice, like, sort of
example.
Half frame, like half body type of portrait, which really suits the 50 millimeter focal length really, really well. And I just like the way that, the focus is falling off. This is from Angel. This is beautiful. Look at the next one. Ooh, from Ken. Very Gregory Crutzen.
Deep cut.
Yes. But what's cool about a shot like this is it is difficult to get good bokeh as you start to focus further and further out because you just have more depth of field. This is focused relatively far out, and you're still getting a very nice fall off in the background where the in focus street lamp is like really crisp and really popping off the background, even though it's actually in front of another light, like in front of the window. So I think I love this image, but I also love what it demonstrates in terms of the capabilities of the 50 Lux SL, which is this just gorgeous bokeh and extremely thin depth of field that's very manageable and usable, even at slightly longer distances. Nice.
Yeah, and you can see, and you can see just how crisp. I'm pointing again. I know. I'm
we
pointing.
all do that. Yeah.
Here. I got the mouse. How extremely crisp, just these little flecks of snow are illuminated right at the point of focus.
Beautiful.
And even with this house, which is pretty far away, and the subject is far away, it's still providing subject to background separation.
Yeah,
It's
awesome.
It's really three-dimensional. Love this. So
nice
let's go on.
Nice. This is. I just made sure this was in here because I'm a car guy. This is from. Who is this from, David? Cover over. Thank you. From Michael. They got a couple of beautiful Aston Martins. If you give me one, I'll let you submit more images for the next show. But this is cool. Again, showing the kind of photography you can do. It's quite. Going from the portrait to the night scene to this, and then what's next here.
Let's see.
To that. I mean,
oh, nice.
4 dramatically different kinds of photography, all taking advantage of different parts of the lens's versatility and functionality.
Now that's
another Michael.
But that's an M lens that he's putting together. So this is actually in the factory because we've been there. So,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I believe that's actually 50 Noctilux M lens that he's assembling there.
It looks Noctiluxy.
It looks very Noctilux.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, super nice.
That's next.
Oh,
Cool. I love the variety that we're getting.
yeah,
with
this is great.
From Roland. Great.
This one looks like film. I don't.
Yeah, whatever you do to the processing.
But it's not film
looks
because it's
good,
an SL.
Right. Unless you found a way to adapt a 50 Lux SL to an M body.
But it really, like, this is, for me,
the processing is great.
yeah, this is evoking, like, a feeling of sort of 1960s film. It's just really cool.
Very cool. Roland.
I love the icy
yeah, that's so cool.
things.
And also, look, there's no distortion.
No.
Everything is nice and straight. All the lines are good. Like, it's very clean. It's very graphic, which I really like.
Another nice portrait.
From Scott, another beautiful portrait. Taking advantage of what this lens could do. This time a little bit closer, still crazy sharp, and of course not really any bokeh because there's no background. But
well, I would say it's also to me also because I could see her arms are in focus, her face is in focus. To me, I would say this was probably shot at around 2.8 to f4.
Yeah.
But it still has that really pleasing look. It's not getting harsh or anything like that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's a lovely lens.
From Steven, another great shot taking advantage of this time the front bokeh.
Beautiful.
Foreground bokeh. Yeah, I mean this is really nice. I love that we're seeing some monochromatic images as well. Again, the challenge with the fast glass is as you start focusing further out, a lot of times they can tend to break down, and this is holding up extremely well. And that's probably a pretty low light environment too, from what it looks like.
Yeah. Nice portrait.
Tim, great shot. Oh, look at that bokeh. That is just
just the fine hairs, are in focus, and then it just melts away.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. There's such a natural fall off in these images, and they're just so pleasing. This is a great use for this.
That bokeh is just something else. Nice job, Tim.
For sure.
Yeah. Hey, that's a car picture. It must be.
Hey,
that's Ferrari. Yep.
it sure is.
I'm just playing around with that's wide open and just allowing the car to kind of melt away. And I focus on the Ferrari logo. This is our friend's car. Absolutely beautiful. I think it's on the original SL, which still holds up.
I think it is. Yeah.
Extremely well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that car, and I just love how smooth everything is. That background is just like silky perfectness. I think that's probably it.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Nice. So that is awesome to see the variety of images from this incredible lens. And I'm really proud of everybody who submitted because I think we got some great photography.
For sure. For sure.
And just showcasing what the lens can do, for architecture, landscape, close-up, portrait in the studio, portrait in the real world. Like, wow.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's it.
awesome.
I mean, yeah. So there she is.
Yeah.
The old 50
right.
Summilux.
We got to keep going because
Yes, we do. We have a lot of lenses.
We tend to start out real slow and then go, wait, we have 25 more lenses to go.
No, we're gonna go. We're gonna go.
All right, so next in the 50 lineup is the. No, I'm gonna do this one next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because in terms of like order of release, 50.
Sure.
So we've obviously talked about the APO-SL lenses on the last program, and we've talked about them on many programs.
Do we have to say it again? I think we need to say it again.
I think we
Okay.
need to say it again. Yeah, you
So,
can say it, yes.
if you are looking, because everyone's like, well, what's better, this or this, this or that, this or this? So, obviously, this has been a topic of conversation for many years now when it comes to Leica. So, to make it really simple, if you are looking for the best 50mm lens that Leica has ever made for any camera system, Josh is holding it in his hand. There it is, okay?
Well, by best, we mean highest
performance.
Highest optical performance.
Yes. So the APO-Summicron-SLs across the range. We already covered on the last episode, we covered the 21, the 28, and the 35 APO-Summicrons. We are now going to cover, starting with the 50 APO-Summicron-SL, that's 50f2, and it is, like those other lenses, the best that Leica has made in that focal length for any system to date. Now, Josh, take it away.
Thank you. I was thinking we get a slide here. There it is, 2019. Man, hard to believe it's been 7 years since we've
amazing.
Seen this lens. So all of the APO-Summicron-SL lenses are in the same barrel. So again, if I covered this, you would not know which one this is because they all take the same filter thread, E67. They all weigh right about the same and they're all the exact same dimension. So when you look through the portfolio of the APO-Summicron lenses from 21 to 90, you don't have to decide, well, which one is sharper than the other? You're simply asking yourself, which focal length am I looking for? So in this case, we have the 50 APO-SL, which is the sharpest 50 in the Leica product portfolio. Performance is mind-blowing. And just like all the other APOs, extremely wieldable, like I said, E67 filter thread size, very nice and pleasurable to have on any of the SL bodies. Faster autofocus than the 51.4, focuses closer to the 51.4. Obviously, it doesn't look like the 50 Summilux-SL, it looks like an APO. Different kind of lens, different kind of performance. So depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking for ultimate bokeh and look or ultimate performance with a little bit lighter weight and a little bit closer focus, just going to determine which one you choose.
Sure.
But I have always found that I'm surprised that more people don't go for because the 35 APO-SL tends to get a lot more attention. And I'm surprised because the 50 APO-M has been such a mainstay for so long.
It's interesting, yeah.
That you would think that would translate better to the world of SL. But, know, I think in the 50 realm, even though the the 51.4 has, I think, the most amount of underappreciation, I think the 50 APO-SL sometimes gets overlooked because people, it's just a 50. Like, well, no, it's not
just the 50, yeah.
This thing is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And I think we should get to some images because last time we took too long and before we got to them. So
sure, let me cue those up. You can just talk a little more.
Yeah, so David's going to cue up some images, and I'm really curious to see, what kind of stuff people are doing with the APO, especially how it compares to what we're seeing people doing with the Summilux. Because you could easily have both. Just like you may have a 50 Lux M and 50 APO-M because they're so different in the way they render. And again, if you didn't submit an image high resolution enough, like me, it's going to be a little cropped on the screen, a little reduced on the screen. So, apologies. You ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
There it is.
First image is from
Brian.
Great shot. I wish you sent it a little higher res, but again, I did the same.
Wow, so that's Yosemite Valley.
Gorgeous.
At night. Look
wow.
at that. I'm gonna actually zoom in. It's not ideal, but it's a nice image. So yeah. Look at those. Wow. I think those are satellites zipping around.
That's gorgeous.
That's a lot of satellites.
And here we go. It's a great demonstration of where the 50 APO is going to excel. It's a landscape environment where corner-to-corner sharpness matters. And also, if you're hiking around, weight becomes a factor as well. So,
sure.
Brian, this is a great shot. Can we, is it not zoomed in anymore? No, okay.
No, we're good.
This is from Charles.
Yeah, beautiful.
Really nice, yeah.
And I think what this demonstrates very clearly, often when we use the words reference class and highest performing and sharpest, those things are all true. But what gets lost along the way is there's always been, not always, but often there has been this misunderstanding that highest performing also means clinical and uninteresting and, without character. Clearly, a shot like this, I think, flies in the face of that. Because here we can see extreme sharpness at the point of focus, and the foreground bokeh, the background bokeh, extremely smooth, and certainly this shot to me demonstrates the character of this lens, that it's not just super, super sharp for, landscape at infinity.
Correct.
You can use it for this, and it does focus pretty close.
Well, it's cool that the last shot was basically at infinity and this shot's basically at minimum. Like, it's a cool
It is.
demonstration of the literal range of that this lens can perform at.
Yes,
Let's go to the next
absolutely.
one. Nice job, Charles. Next,
Ooh,
we
nice.
have Hamad.
Yep.
More car photography, which I
Josh hates car
Oh,
photography.
I hate it. This is a great shot. I'm guessing this is at Goodwood. This is a Chimera Evo 038, which is a modern, what do they call it? A tribute to a Lancia 037. So anyway, sorry. Getting into the car stuff.
What's the product number, though, Josh?
I don't know, but this is awesome because you're panning, you're taking advantage of how crazy sharp the lens is and how much that car pops out against the blurred background from the panning, which is awesome.
Yeah, really cool.
I don't think I could do this. This is great. This is hard to do. That's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
another landscape from Jonathan.
Jonathan, yeah, beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, now this one looks like it's on I'm going to say this came from an SL3 because I'm seeing just gobs of detail.
Yeah.
In this one, just every little string of water on the waterfall, every single leaf is
Where is
perfectly
this?
defined.
I want to have a picnic here.
I don't know, but it's really nice.
If you're watching, comment.
Yeah, this is really nice. Very, very well done. And really putting this lens to work because you can see corner to corner, it's sharp, perfect, no distortion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really shows this lens off.
Sweet. Nice job. What's next? Ooh.
This one is from Kirsten.
From Kirsten.
This is in Lofoten, Norway,
I love it. Nice job, Kirsten.
in Reine, because I recognize the little house.
Very mountainy.
Yes, there are mountains in Lofoten, Norway. Yeah, this was on a workshop that Kirsten was leading, so very, very cool.
Yeah, her processing is really good on this too. This looks great.
She knows a thing or two about
That's
a thing or
right.
two.
Yeah, and again, just showing the lens's performance and infinity.
Sure.
I mean, it's absolutely crazy good.
Yeah, really nice.
From Rob,
Beautiful.
nice. Just taking advantage of that
Oh
sharpness.
my gosh. Like, I actually don't think I've ever taken a picture with plasma in it. This is very cool to actually see this electrified plasma in the air. That is wild. Like sparks flying from welding, I've seen, but to actually see this blue wavy plasma
That's
is
so
awesome.
cool.
Yeah,
This is a
it's
great shot.
super cool.
Taking advantage of the center performance and the great subject background separation you get when you're shooting a lens that's this sharp. Very nice. What's next? From Steven. Nice, great portrait. I'm assuming that's a kind of just a casual, like you stumbled across this person and took their photo.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, it's beautiful. What using the window lighting and also incorporating the background, but because you're shooting at a fast aperture, it just kind of melts away.
And the warmth inside, the cool outside,
Yeah, this is really, really nice.
and just that perfect spot focus on the eyeball.
Yes.
Is and the glasses, and the nose, like it really just perfect.
Yeah,
nice.
Gorgeous. What's next? From a different Steven D. Last time was Steven P. Cool little. I'm guessing this is some kind of like street portrait.
I'm gonna say it's Venice.
Yeah,
Venice,
I can see
yeah.
it's another stuff from Venice.
But
right?
again, this is like you look at how fine the detail is on the lace, but also I love what's happening. I mean, last time we were looking at photos, I happen to love really nice inky shadows, and have that silhouette. Like I love this kind of duality with the light and the dark, and then the red splitting the middle. It's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
So great shot.
Let's keep going.
That's it. I think that's all
That
we got.
was it. All right, you get back to us. So that's very cool. Really great variety. More landscape. in
Like
this-
Josh said, it's underloved.
Yes, yes. I mean, you can
underloved.
see just how good that lens is. So let's go on to the next and the newest 50 in the SL lineup, which is also this smallest, which is the 50 Summicron-SL ASPH. Jose, can I get my perfect? Look at that. Introduced just in 2023, so only a couple of years ago. We have a whole episode dedicated to the 35 and 50 Summicron-SL. We call them the non-APOs in parlance just to try to differentiate them. And this lens is, I think now, the current, of all the current SL lenses, the one that renders closest to an M lens. It really has almost like 50 Lux M vibes to it, or maybe like 50 Cron version 4, except sharper in the center, and of course autofocus and all that. So the non-APO SL lenses are incredibly light, 400 grams, which is basically like the weight of an M lens. E67 filter thread size, nice close focusing, and the fastest autofocus of all the primes. They actually focus twice as fast from my measurements, which are moderately objective, than the APOs do. So if you're looking for the fastest autofocusing, lightest weight 50 prime Leica lens, the 50 non-APO SLs, or the 50 Summicron-SL ASPH is going to be the winner there.
For sure. For sure.
Let's look at some images from this.
Yeah, and we do have an episode on these, but the size and weight should not be understated on this.
It's very small, and it's not necessarily the size, but I think it's the weight more than anything else.
Yeah.
Because it is 400 grams, which is laughably light. I mean, it's very, very easy to travel with, especially on the SL3 and the SL3S, which are, of course, lighter than the SL2 and the SL2S. This, I can go on a trip with 35 and a 50 and a 28 to 70, for example, and I could put that in a bag that's not much bigger than what I would put an M kit in.
Right.
That would cover an equivalent range.
Yeah, and, when Leica designed or came out these lenses, the 35 and the 50 non-APO-Summicrons, they also, I know it's a little more niche, but and most of our photographers shooting with SL kits are shooting still images, but these were really had a thought towards video because they are light, because the SL3 and the SL3S are actually smaller and lighter than the previous SL2 generation. This was designed to be a little more gimbal friendly and video friendly. Also, the speed and smoothness of the autofocus, that natural, more cinematic fall off, all kind of lend themselves to video content. So if you have this lens, you might want to play around with it. It might surprise you in terms of its video chops. But let's take a look at some of the photos.
Yeah, let's give it a sec. Yeah, this is also a great lens, while David's pulling that up. For the newest firmware on the SL3 and S3S is really amped up the face and eye detection. So if you're walking around on the street and using the continuous intelligent autofocus combined with that eye tracking, it is great for a candid street portraiture as well.
Yeah, it's very sticky, and the speed of the lens is very evident
so
there.
fast,
So you don't even feel it.
Let's take a look at some
All right,
shots.
here we go.
What do we got? This is from
Austin.
Great shot.
Great moment here.
Great wedding venue too.
And you see that character. Again, if I didn't know any better, I don't know better, but I'm actually seeing almost subtle film grain up here with this processing. And being a monochrome, it's like, oh, this is a nice M shot. This is a really nice job on the processing because it evokes that classic Leica M analog look and feel.
Sweet.
And there it is.
Nice job.
So that's nice. Just kind of captured that little moment there in midst of a formal event.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like dogs and Converse?
Right. Ooh, kind of a moody portrait
Little moody.
from who? From
Dan.
Dan, yeah. That's cool. I like the use of the backlighting with the hair light. I like the processing. It's like very low, literally a low-key image.
Yeah, that has a different meaning today, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. But like in this,
Well, so Josh, low key, it's low key.
it's right. Low key, it's low. What are we turning into?
I don't even know.
This is great. This is just taking advantage of the dynamic range of the SL bodies and just look at the bokeh. Really, it's
cool.
Yeah, nice job. Ooh, this is nice. From
Another Dan.
Also, see, if you submit it too, I don't give you commentary. The second time,
but
nice photo.
I do like layers. I love
You did
layers.
a nice job, but you already had your commentary, so sorry. What's next?
Nice shot.
From Gert. Wow.
This is very cool.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is like, I'm trying to think who this reminds me of.
It's very futuristic.
Yeah, I love everything that's happening here. I mean, you did a good job spacing out the people because I'm assuming you waited for them to be spaced out. The processing is good. The framing is good.
It's pretty cool.
This is sweet.
It's like postmodern.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Something.
Nice.
Ooh.
A car picture
picture.
from Jane.
Very nice.
Little 356 Speedster. Gorgeous.
Well, okay, so I told you this when I saw this photo, but I love the little Easter egg of these two little people down here, the silhouettes. I think that's really cool. I mean, I know it's sort of this little minor detail, but and I love the reflections in the side with it looks like sunrise or sunset. I'm assuming it's sunset.
Yeah.
Just great texture. So it just shows that this lens is sharp where it needs to be and smooth everywhere else.
Yeah,
so
this is beautiful.
it's really nice.
Nice job, Jane.
Good rendering too.
Ah,
Another portrait.
Child.
Child.
This is from
Sandy.
From Sandy. This is a great use of that lens's autofocus capabilities because
Eye focus.
you could just lock onto the eyes and boom, get that moment in a heartbeat.
Look how smooth all the yellow feathers are here and the hair and everything.
The autofocus rendering is really nice. It
is.
It's just kind of falls away. Nice job. That's really nice.
see. Oh,
Look at car picture.
look at car picture.
This is at the Nürburgring in Germany. All I had with me, because I wasn't planning on going to the Nürburgring, so all I had was a SL body and a 50. And when you're at the racetrack, that's not enough for photos of the cars on the track.
It's a nice shot.
So we walked around and just photographed people's cars that were just parked up or all over the track. And this guy had a U46 M3, and
Very cool.
I
Very
thought
cool.
it was cool. So
Yeah, nice. Nice job, Joe.
I just think that looks like a 50 Lux M, in my opinion. Just I love the way that rendered.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? That is it. Nice.
That is it.
Okay, very cool for the 50. So now we're done with 50s. Now we're on to true telephotos.
Yes.
Let's start with
Let's start with this guy.
not that one. This one.
Yes. I also have a review of that.
Voila. The APO-Summicron-SL 75mm f2 ASPH, to use its government name.
That's not. It's
2018.
not a government name.
Oh, okay. 2018, man. Wow, the good old days. Again, APO-Summicron-SL, the sharpest the sharpest 75mm lens Leica has ever made. Now, I will say the 75 Noctilux is within spinning distance of this lens, but it does not compete. This lens is mind-bogglingly good. This may be the best portrait lens that exists in the world of Leica in terms of high performance, because it's a perfect focal length for portraiture because it's so it's it's a little bit shorter than 90, so you work around with the space a little bit if you're in a tight spot, but longer than 50, so you get some compression. Absolutely beautiful fall off. A lens that I think has actually been appreciated. Not a lens that is underrated, in my opinion.
Now, it was the first released APO-Summicron-SL. So
Was it really?
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
It was.
That's an interesting choice on their part to release somebody.
It was.
Do you have a review?
I do.
There
Here.
it is. There it is. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to go to the computer, Hassan? Somewhere?
Somewhere.
Hey, there we go. That's me.
Somewhere.
David?
Yeah. Oh, my mouse is sticky. Okay. Yeah. So when this came out, that's an SL601 because it's 2018. So keep in mind these are the first generation, and that's Peter Carba, who we all know and love.
Gone.
Okay, I'll keep going.
Yeah. If you want to read the whole review, you should, but you can see
but
what
here.
the lens could do.
But here is an example of how close you can focus, and also the characteristic of the bokeh, and just how smooth the rendering is.
And now she's in college.
And now she is in college. The light bulb is still the light bulb because, believe it or not, this is a restaurant that is still in our neighborhood
look at
in
that.
the Gables. Rice.
Was that Rice?
Yeah, there's a Rice.
That's impressive, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just it's super natural, great color.
Let's look at some viewer
Good
images. Yeah, but they come back to us for a sec.
Yeah, totally.
So let's take a look at some viewer images of our first foray into the telephoto part of the things here.
Let us see.
All right, we're gonna
Here we
pull
go.
up some 75 APO.
There's some good
shots.
images in here too.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay. All right,
Okay, we're ready.
let's go.
First is from
Ahmad. Yep.
This is great.
That is is that a goat?
Or a very deformed dog. One of the two. I think it's a goat though.
I love the colors, the look. Like,
Yeah.
he's looking right at the camera. Beautiful lighting on everything.
Nice job.
Great moment.
And it's exactly what this lens is for.
It's
like
perfect.
literally that could be an ad for this lens.
or a goat.
Or a goat.
Yeah.
Or both.
Or yeah. This is a nice one. So this is from Alex.
Nice job, Alex.
This feels
Great.
very Miami.
I mean, perfect framing.
Yeah.
So
Super.
everything about the shot is like just spot on. And the background is beautiful. It's so sharp. Wow.
Yeah, super
Again,
nice.
it's a street portrait lens. This is magical. I mean,
And just so you guys know, just to be clear, there actually is more headroom here, but it's getting a little
getting
bit.
cropped a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit.
getting
Yeah.
it's getting cropped a little bit. So
yeah, don't judge.
don't judge. There's a perfect amount of headroom in
Yes,
the
he did it.
full
It's
photo.
flawless. Yes,
In fact, let me see. Nope, I can't zoom out. I can only zoom
that's
out.
all we got.
All
That's
right,
okay.
Don't worry about it.
Let's go next. Dog.
Hey.
This is from who?
So not a goat. This one is from Craig.
Craig.
And that, listen,
Wow.
I told you before, you cover anything with snow. I love it. And then a dog on top of that, like, how could you go wrong? This is a great portrait. And if anyone's ever tried to take portraits of dogs, they know how incredibly difficult it is because of the depth of the snout and the fact that they, don't look where they want them to look. But this one came out perfect.
I thought this was me that one time my razor broke, but no. that's what it would look like if I didn't shave for about a month. That's a great shot. This is
it's
great.
really nice.
Nice job, Craig.
This
Yeah,
is
we looked at this
from
earlier.
Fran.
This is from Fran, yeah.
Beautiful.
Great studio portrait.
Yeah.
I love the everything.
Everything about it.
And just perfect execution with the 75.
Yeah.
Super flat field, nice compression. Everything is so pleasing. Obviously, I can see from here just the sharpness is through the roof. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice job. Oh, this is great from Greg.
Greg, this is gorgeous.
This is different than anything we've seen so far today, and I really, really like. You're using the compression of the lens. You're working with the silhouette. I mean, the bird is the best part. The bottom left.
Well, the bird, the umbrella.
No, the bird is the best part of the whole
The
shot.
expression. I mean, I love the expression of the legs, just the body positioning, and the little details. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I love this break, that optical break of sky between the bench and the umbrella, and that is perfect because it just creates.
There's a plane in the background. I mean, literally every single thing about this picture is perfect.
There is an airplane there.
Yeah, that is.
This is some timing right
I'm
here.
gonna guess that you, knowing Greg, especially that he knows this bench.
Yeah.
And probably waited for this moment, and man, that was worth it.
Yeah, so good.
Nice. What's next? From
JC.
JC. Oh, he has a watermark there. Nice to see landscape in the 75, which I think a lot of people traditionally would associate with more portraits and stuff. But
In black and white.
this is gorgeous.
Yeah, this is really nice.
I
Very
love the
moody,
processing,
very moody.
This must be near. No, I guess you stop down a little, maybe like 5.6 f8. I can't quite tell.
Probably.
Yeah, that's really nice. Nice job. Finally, a portrait. Well, I guess another portrait from Jigesh. Or Jigesh? Yeah, that's really nice. You know, that could have been a very distracting background, except you took advantage of the bokeh and it just falls away. And even though it's backlit too, like you just focus on the subject because it's just the sharpness is just killing it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
We get a little
Another
nature
landscape.
scene from. Oh, see, Jigesh, you submitted two. You don't get critique on the second one, so sorry.
Pretty colors though.
Yeah, it's
I
very
do
nice.
love make some fall foliage.
What's next?
Yeah, and it's nice and sharp there.
Yeah. Another fall foliage from John.
Oh, John. Okay. Woo.
I know, right? What are the two J's in a row with the fall foliage? Yeah. I love the ducks. I love the leading lines that creates with the rock.
Nice and crisp.
Yeah, super crisp. Very nicely done. Ooh, we got a cool
Kind of environmental.
portrait from Kevin. Yeah.
Wow. And this one is super backlit.
Yeah.
But look how it's holding those highlights really nicely.
The bokeh is gorgeous. And the
then
flowers in the
beautiful
background,
fill.
the way it just swirls away, like, oh.
I'm assuming this is actually studio, like strobe lit, to provide this level of fill and get catch light from the eyes.
It has to be, yeah.
So really nice balance of exposure. It feels alive because of that heavy backlight from the sun, and then using your fill to get the subject in, and it's just a great expression.
Nice job.
And
Is that it?
that's what we got.
All right, nice job on the 75, folks. Really good variety, but leaning a little more towards the people, because it makes sense. I think we're going to continue to see that as we go towards the longer focal lengths. Speaking of which, it is time to go to the longest prime, which is the Leica APO-Summicron-SL 90mm f2 ASPH, the longest prime lens that Leica makes for the SL system. Introduced in 2018, same year as the 75, just came a bit later. And again, just like all the other APO-Summicrons, this is the sharpest 90 that Leica has ever made.
Yep.
The 90 Summilux is a close second, a tantalizingly close second, but it cannot compete with this lens. This lens is mind-boggling. Phenomenal for portraits, for close-ups. You can focus close enough where you can crop to macro if you need to. It's really, really amazing. The compression, second to none. The bokeh that you get wide open is incredible. I think if I had a 50 SL, I'd probably jump to this. If I had a 35 SL, I would probably go with the 75, obviously depending on what I was shooting.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. But the 90 SL is... Oh, let's just look at images.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, right. So all of the APO-Summicrons, they look the same because they do share the same exact barrel.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a broken record. Right. I just want to say, like, these lenses
are amazing.
Every time we do a show that involves these lenses in some way where I have to test one of them in a controlled environment against literally anything else, I'm reminded, and we always talk on the phone, I'm always like, I cannot believe just how good these lenses are.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, I forget, because you use them in the field, sure, but when you put them in a testing environment, you're like, okay. Here we go. We have another.
Okay.
This is a bird. Squawk.
I'd say something bird.
Yeah, some kind of bird.
I don't know what these are because
we use it for nature photography. Nice job. This is Jackie, right?
Yeah,
Jackie
I'm pretty sure this is pretty heavily cropped, but again, because you have the resolution from the camera and the lens, you actually get a nice image.
Yeah, very nice. What's next? This is cool.
Yeah.
The drone photo.
Yeah.
I've never seen a photo like this before, actually.
No, it's pretty
I read
cool.
from Jonathan. He had the waterfalls image.
Mm-hmm.
I see like that sort of 16:9 ratio, which is very cool.
I don't know how to pronounce this word on the front of it though. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it must be some kind of weird,
Some weird
Swedish,
Swedish, yeah, something.
This is great though. Look at the background.
Yeah.
Look at how well the subject comes off the background.
It's cool. It's really cool.
This is like what that lens was made for.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay, moving on.
Ooh.
So this is from Kevin.
From Kevin.
And again, he didn't cut the top off. That's us.
That's right. That's on us. So just ignore that.
But wow, again,
Beautiful.
this one's backlit with no fill, and the camera just has the dynamic range to pull out those details. And it's like a nice controlled use of flare without losing contrast in the image.
What's really
nice.
impressive is on the left side of the frame, the bokeh balls back there, the way that they're so well controlled. They're not all smeary and full of color fringing. Even though you're shooting straight, I mean, you're stressing out this lens. But if you put a 90 APO-M lens in this environment, it would be a very different situation. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
This is from Kyle. This is awesome.
Oh, another black and white.
I know,
which,
I'm loving all this monochromatic SL stuff we're seeing.
Yeah, the black and white treatment here is really nice. I love the high key, low key, high key. I love the high key lighting here in terms of really like bright on the columns, dark shadows. That really speaks to me. And I love that you just let it go completely black on the right side. Yeah. I find a lot of people in the digital era are just afraid of shadows and embrace the shadows.
Embrace the shadows.
Come into the shadow.
Advice from David. Embrace the shadows.
Don't go into the light.
That's right.
Come into the shadows. We're waiting for you.
What's next?
Now, it's really nice. I like the symmetry, and I like the human perspective for scale is really good.
Nice job, Kyle. Next, we have Michael. Great
Wow.
portrait.
Yeah.
Great use of the focal length. They're not afraid to get in there and do the headshot. But
Yeah.
like, everything about the shot is perfect.
Yeah.
The lighting is perfect. The expression is perfect. I love the toning. It's just super moody.
Wow.
Yeah. This is why you buy a 90 APO-SL. It's literally for that. Because that combination of unbelievable sharpness, close focusing, and absolutely beautiful fall off, controlling everything so well is what you're paying for when you buy this lens.
And I would note as well, looking at the eyes, this is not studio lit. This is window light. I can see there's those windows off to the side, which is where that light on the hair is coming from. So this is actually not a created portrait.
Well, unless they put the studio lights outside the windows. But...
I doubt it. I'm going to say this is a captured portrait, not a created portrait.
Yeah.
And I think it's really nice. Just amazing lighting and just great look and everything.
Sweet.
Yeah, super nice.
Ooh. We're so predictable. It's embarrassing.
I love it. I'm loving the monochrome
Roland.
stuff. Yeah.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what the Apples do. Wherever you focused, mind-bogglingly sharp. Everything else just melts away.
Yeah, there's just no background.
Just melts away. But there's no gimmicks. There's no flary, swirly, chromatic aberration. It's just mathematical perfection in photographic form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And black and white treatment here really is nice.
Yeah, the lighting, everything. Yeah, man, you nailed it.
Super nice.
This is great.
Again.
Steven, wow. This is
that's a great shot.
super cool.
And
I love this shot. Everything about, I don't even know what to say. I'm just like so impressed. Well, it's just like so creative to me. And this was probably a very difficult environment to photograph in, I would guess. And you really, because I want to know, why is that mirror there? What is it?
I don't know.
Maybe you put it there. I don't know. But I love it.
It's cool.
That's
really cool.
incredible. Nice.
Picture in a picture.
Another Steven, another shot of the
Venice.
Performers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool. Again, watching that focus just fall right off.
And sharp.
Yeah, super obviously, one would hope. What's next?
This is for me.
That's from DF, whoever that guy is.
Oh, God, that guy. Is it not full screen? There we go. And this is as close focus as I can get the 90 to do. I was curious because, sadly, we don't have a macro lens in the SL lineup. Sad face. But I was curious, how close can you really get, and what is the look of it? And to me, when I look at this image, it evokes, for at least optically, visually for me, it's sort of like the 100 APO macro for the R system. This is what it looks like when you have just this hair thin plane of focus with these little water droplets, and then the rest is just so buttery smooth. I feel the same way about the 120 macro for the S system, the 100 for the R, and I think that the 100 Summicron for the SL, or sorry, 100, the 90 Summicron for the SL that we're looking at, really evokes the other two, the 100 and the 120, because this is almost the exact same look that I would get with those lenses. So I was pretty impressed, and this is with no cropping. So with some cropping, you could even get a lot closer than that. And I think I have one other one as well, which is just more of a landscape shot. To Josh's point, I think too few people shoot telephoto for landscape shots, and why not? So this one is just a beautiful little scene in Colorado when we were doing our fall foliage workshop out there. And I love, just very, very straight, very even coverage, and you get edge to edge, corner to corner sharpness. Every leaf, every blade of grass down here is just super sharp, and yet it still has this, nice inviting feeling to it. And I think that is it. Yes.
So now we have covered all the. We're actually making really good time. So
we are.
We may end up with less than 2 hours unless we decide that we want to keep going forever.
Well, I do have to go home and pack.
That's true. So do I. That's all good. Okay. Before we go to the Zooms, Jose, do we have any questions we can answer?
Let's see. Just a couple of them.
Sure.
When talking about these lenses, you guys have mentioned it already, but how would they compare in terms of sharpness to the Q343?
That's a great question.
It
Now, we
is.
do cover that in the Q343 episode. And what I'll say is this. Because the Q343's lens is built into the camera, meaning it's the only lens that camera will ever have, the camera can perform essentially in-camera lens profiling because it never has to worry about a different lens being mounted. So I think it's hard to compare that to, let's say, an SL35 APO because they're getting different kinds of correction and they're really meant for different kinds of things, but they're very close. I think the APO-SL lenses still have more character. The 43 APO on the Q is at the level of a 35 APO M or beyond it.
It's amazing, yeah.
So I think you could integrate a Q343 into an SL kit, like let's say a 28 SL, a Q343, and maybe a 75.
Sure.
Because you can always crop the 28 to 35, crop the 43 to 50, et cetera, et cetera. I think you could actually work that in. Well, and I want to talk more about hypothetical kits after.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I
think it's something we wanted to do last episode, but
we didn't have time. We'll have time to do that. That's a good question.
It's looking like it, yes. So, all right.
Well, more questions, Jose?
Yeah, keep going.
You guys also mentioned this, but asking if they're sharper than M lenses.
Yes.
Yeah.
SL Apple lenses, their main sort of reason for existence is performance, right? That's it. M lenses, they have a lot of different reasons for existence, depending on which lens you're going for, but they're generally more for the look. Even though they are high performance, they are not designed with that as the number one criteria, with a few exceptions.
35 APO. Yeah.
The SL lenses, all the APOs are sharper by a significant margin than anything in the M portfolio. Simple as that. And I've tested all of them, so I know for sure. Trust me, bro.
But in fairness to M lenses, if we don't have any on the table, but if you compare a 75 APO-Summicron-SL to a 75 APO-Summicron-M, and you could I actually have a comparison view in my review, but I mean, it's a vastly different size lens, even though they're both 75 millimeter f2s. As has been explained to me by the wise people at Leica, the larger the lens volume, the easier it is for them to eke out that extra performance. When everything is miniaturized to the size that they're aiming for on M lenses, it becomes exponentially harder and more difficult to achieve that level of performance.
Yeah.
When you have more lens and bigger glass surfaces, you can do more as an optical designer. So there's trade-offs, but because we have kind of a big mount for the SL mount, for the L mount that Leica created for this, and created in general, Leica did create the L mount that others are using. These lenses were always envisioned to be those high-performing lenses because they allowed themselves the space to do it. The M lenses, obviously, the M mount has been around since 1954. No, 1950.
Yeah, 54. Well, that's when the M mount was introduced to the public. It's been around for longer than that. Yeah.
Right, but to the public, 1954.
Yeah.
And that's because of that backwards compatibility. That is the mount size. That is the diameter they have to work with. Right. So there are certain technical limitations that Leica is getting really, really good at achieving maximum performance, like from 35 APO-Summicron or the 90 Summilux M lenses. But starting with these on the L mount, it is just a lot easier to achieve those exceptional reference level of performance.
There you go.
Okay.
Any other questions, Jose, before we move on?
Nope.
Excellent. So before we get to anything else, it's almost the midpoint. So I like to show cool things, as you guys know. Now, I've added a gazillion things in the last last week or two.
Before you get to that,
Oh, yes.
I did want to cover one other thing that's important here.
Okay.
And I touched on it when we were talking about one of the lenses, the 50. But I think what's interesting, and I'm just going to have you go to the computer real quick, Jose, is I wanted to show the difference between, speaking specifically about an M lens, so this is the 75 APO-M versus the 75 APO-SL. And again, bear in mind, these are taken with the SL Type 601, which was 24 megapixels from 2015. These were shot in 2018. So when I look at from 1.5 meters away, I think visually these are very similar. If you want to go to the site, you can certainly do that. Jose can drop a link for you if you want to look for yourself. But when we get in closer, the top one here is the SL, and the bottom one here is the M lens. So when we're actually comparing these, this is the SL lens, again, from a 24 megapixel camera, so it's even more impressive now with the SL3 at 60. But you can see every single thread and the texture of the thread on the SL lens wide open. The M lens is good, but definitely not resolving as high a level of detail. It's a little bit softer overall when it's wide open. So there is some differences. And then when we start getting in close to minimum distance, that performance is only exaggerated. I'll just show you the SL one. It's just exaggerated where we're now more significantly outperforming when we're getting more pixels on it. And then, of course, when you start looking at absolute minimum distance, this is now that same size crop getting into minimum distance on the SL lens versus the longer distance on the M lens. So the level of detail and kind of croppability they can get is pretty extraordinary in terms of the reproduction factor. But I guess you could come back to us, Jose. This is kind of what I was. It's difficult to put into words. We can keep saying it's like, well, the SL lenses are better than the M lenses. And people will still ask us, well, what about the M lenses?
Right, which is fine.
It's like, that's great. Just, we swear, we have, over the years, this is from 2018, right? So here we are 8 years later, and every single time that we test one of these lenses against even the newest M lenses, the SL lenses continue to win out, if small but meaningful victories. When you combine that with the autofocus, the weather sealing, the closer focus distance, and sometimes the fact that these lenses are actually less expensive than their M counterparts, we think, and you can agree with me, you better agree with me.
I don't agree at all. Whatever it is you're about to say.
Whatever it is, it's wrong. I think people undervalue these or undersell them, that they don't really pay as much attention to these lenses as they might to reference class M lenses, where they're almost, the M lenses are idolized and put on a pedestal.
Well, and I think justifiably so, but when you take a little bit of the mythology away and you ask yourself, what are my objectives just from an image quality standpoint, and you say, well, I need the highest level of sharpness, and I'm okay using an SL3 over, let's say, an EV1 or an M11P, there's nothing better than the APO-SL lenses. It's just
simple as that.
And again, it's not a small difference. The differences are smaller, let's say, with the 75 Noctilux or things like that, but with your conventional M lenses, the SL APOs are significantly better.
Pretty striking, pretty striking.
Okay.
All right, so sorry to interrupt.
No, that's quite all right.
Josh is going to talk about his use.
So I've added a ton of awesome use stuff to the site over the last week. I mean, I could have brought 50 different things. I added some vintage lenses today. If you want to get a 35 Summicron 8 element version 1 for half the price, you can get one with goggles. I just got back from DAG. But in the theme of looking at things far away, since telephoto is the theme of the night, I brought something completely out of left field, which I'm going to grab right now. I have to unveil it.
That is nothing related to what we're talking about.
That's why I brought it, because I like I like to throw people off their game. So, as you may or may not know, in addition to making the best cameras and lenses in the world, Leica also makes binoculars. And back in the day-ish, they made these bad boys. These are the Duovids. And the cool feature about these is hidden in the name Duo. Most binoculars are 1 power, 8 power, 10 power, 12 power, whatever. These are either 10 or 15 power. And because they are 50 millimeter diameter fine optics, the performance is great, the low light is great. They stopped making these a number of years ago. I think they were just really complicated to make. They're quite hefty, although I think I feel like some kind of natural Nat Geo, like some kind of. I got these recently. I had them serviced at Leica. They're in amazing shape. And what's cool also is they have, of course, the original box with all the original goodies, even like this advertisement about buying.
Buy dual magnification with
You
Leica.
get like a special freebie. You got a free flashlight.
Wait, what does that say?
You get a free flashlight.
No, look at what it says here. How they get the overhead view?
That's hilarious.
It's like owning 2 smart dogs. Who wrote this?
that is so
This is
funny.
ridiculous.
That's amazing. I love that.
Wow.
It also comes with
Oh my gosh. Do you know how long ago they've been
in Northville,
Northville,
it's
New
been
Jersey?
Years, yeah. It even comes with the super rare tripod adapter. So it's cool that A, that these exist, and B, that somebody took the time to keep literally every single thing. And so I bought these just because I thought they were super, super cool.
Oh my gosh.
If you're doing any kind of like outdoorsy stuff and you want, they're not zooms, just to be clear. It's either 10x or 15x by 50. Performance is awesome. And yeah, they're not exactly light, but they come with a big hefty strap and they work just fine. And I don't know. I thought these are I think the coolest binoculars Leica has made in the modern era, because I just love that they're
Wow.
2 different settings in one. So
That's pretty cool.
if you're out there with your SL telephoto lenses and you want something crazy that gets really, really far,
Well, and Leica doesn't make 15x zooms,
no,
binoculars.
they don't make binoculars like this anymore. The Duovids are sort of a rare bird these days. No,
It's like having 2 dogs. That makes no
Sure,
sense.
that
I
makes
still
no
have no idea what they're talking.
But anyway, Jose will put a link if he hasn't already. But if you,
I feel like that was translated strange from
yes,
the German.
if you want, to see all the cool stuff that we've added to the site, just more things than I could pick. I mean, there are so many choices that I had to choose from, because I've just been really aggressively populating the site because I wanted to get a lot done before I left for Tucson. So like cool vintage glass, modern glass, Summilux-SLs, M11s. I don't know what else. So
Nice.
if you want if you want to own 2 smart dogs that don't shed at all, get yourself a pair of these awesome
ridiculous.
binoculars.
That is ridiculous.
Okay, now,
You're talking to away from the mic.
hold on. I'm just putting these away.
Josh is living in Shadowland right now.
Hold on.
Are you embracing the shadows over there?
I am
Jeff?
erasing the shadows.
yeah,
All right.
perfect.
I think now we'll talk about the last couple, and then
Yeah.
we'll talk some kit
Oh yeah, yeah,
strategies.
yeah.
How's that? All right?
Well, this is good. So we're actually like,
we're killing it right
yeah,
now.
we're in
for
the
once, we're on schedule.
yeah, we're in the home stretch now.
So,
We should
talk
start
about-
with we're gonna go chronological.
Chronologically, yeah.
No,
Yes.
we should go in focal length.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Let's go focal
Oh
length.
boy, here we go.
I think I'm gonna do it.
David's gonna do it. Go.
Here we go. This. It's so
throw it.
light.
Don't throw it.
Jose, go long.
Please
Let's
don't.
go. Okay, here we go. I think it's over here.
Go.
Yeah. There it is. So this is the Leica Vario-Elmarit-SL 70 to 200 f 2.8 ASPH. It is a constant aperture 70 to 200 millimeter zoom with internal zooming and focusing, as you can see there. We have a low profile removable tripod foot, which can be removed like so, if I can see it. There it is. Why can't I? I'm pulling.
No, gotta pull better.
I'm pulling. Oh, there
you
we go. Sorry, I was just catching
I
a
know,
little
hard
bit.
to do it when you're like
Yeah,
looking at the camera.
I'm like looking at the camera. Yeah, there it is. So if you don't want the foot, but frankly, the foot is so low profile. I actually do like it for putting my hand on. Yes, that is right. Wow, I'm doing great.
You're doing so good.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
It's pretty secure. So yeah, I actually like the way it sits in my hand. Whoop, I'm going to do this. I like the way it sits in my hand on that, and I can still get access to the rings here, which is nice. And yeah, this is E82 front diameter, same as all the other standard zooms from Leica. And it's pretty light. I mean, all things considered, it's 1.6 kilos or 58 ounces, which is more ounces than, what is that? It's about 3.5 pounds.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's basically, if you're familiar with a 70 to 200 2.8,
Yeah,
this is a 70 to 200 2.8.
Right. This is a focal length that's been a staple in
Forever.
the mainstream manufacturers' zoom lineups forever.
Right.
So it was eventually inevitable, I suppose, that Leica was going to come out with one for the SLs.
Yeah.
And
well, it was the last in the, I guess it was the last in the lineup of the 2.8 zooms.
Yeah.
So we had the original Trinity, which is the 1635, 2490, 90 to 280.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about the 90 to 280 next. But basically, that's the original zoom Trinity. And people said, but what about 2.8 aperture constant zooms? Because
Right.
all of the original lenses are all variable aperture. So the first, I believe, in that lineup was the 24 to 70 2.8, then the 14 to 24 2.8, and then the 70 to 200 2.8. So that is the 2.8 constant aperture Trinity. So if you want to stay all 2.8 all the time, you can go from 14 millimeters to 200, all at f2.8.
correct. And extremely fast autofocus. I actually had this at the Nürburgring racetrack last summer, which of course I forgot to get those images to show, which I feel like an idiot, but
There you
that's okay. Sorry.
And we should talk about that too.
Uniquely, this is one of only 2 Leica SL lenses compatible with one of their tele extenders. We have one here. We didn't grab the other one.
I'll show what goes on.
There is a 1.4x extender and a 2x extender. And they are, to be clear, they are only compatible with the 7200 and the 100 to 400 that we'll show later. They do not work with the 90 to 280. And you're backwards.
Yep, I sure am.
You're doing great.
God,
Okay.
yeah, looking on screen
I
is
know, easier
the
said
stuff.
than
There it
done,
is.
Yeah.
And it actually, yeah, it fits really nicely. And then I'll show what it looks like on the camera.
There we go. Yeah, so this is going to make it a 140 to 400 f5.6.
Wow, I'm running out of real estate there.
Yeah.
But you can see, yeah, it's nice. You definitely, when you put the teleextender on, definitely want to use the tripod foot to support it because most of the weight is going to be in the lens, and you don't, especially when you have the teleconverter, you do not want to put extra weight from the tripod socket here,
Yeah.
pulling that front weight down because
Correct,
it starts getting away from the body, and you don't want to torque the mount. But this, I mean, it's very easily handleable, handleable.
Hand holdable.
Sure, it is hand holdable.
That's right.
And the 1.4 is about half the size, and the 1.4 is going to be a 105 to 280 at f4.
Correct.
This, as Josh said, is going to be a 140 to 400 at f5.6.
And we do have an episode on this lens, which I encourage you to check out at some point. But let's take a look at some images.
Yeah.
David will pull those up real quick. You know, I very much enjoyed using this lens because of the speed of the autofocus. I think that's the main draw for me. Also, if I want the bokeh, and depending, now when I was using it, I was at f8, so I didn't really take advantage of the 2.8 bokeh, but I think for portraits, it's great. For indoor sports, this is where one traditionally uses it. Ooh, okay.
Okay,
Let's pull this up.
let's go.
First shot is from Gary. Nice.
Nice. It's like through something.
Yeah, way to use the compression.
Yeah.
Take advantage. It looks like a pretty low light scene as well. And you obviously you have 280 or disposal.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's see what else we got.
From John.
Nice portrait.
That's great. Yeah, you know, because you're shooting longer, you can kind of flatten out that field, and it looks almost like painterly a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice lighting too. Beautiful. From Mark, we got some sports photography, some indoor sports photography.
This is roller derby.
Backlit indoor sports photography, which is probably the hardest thing on the planet. And
Yeah,
you did a great job.
So I don't know if it's just the indoor lighting or if he's got a strobes going on here. But it is very heavily backlit and it's perfectly illuminated in the front, so it's one of the two.
Yeah, I'm guessing this was strobed, but it's hard to say for sure. It looks good though.
It looks dangerous.
Yeah, yes, it does. Yeah.
But there's a lot of action, so here autofocus speed is going to matter a lot
Yes.
to be able to keep track of action.
Nice. From Michael, great use of a telephoto zoom lens for something you wouldn't normally associate with, but look at how nicely it's controlling the bokeh. Nice and sharp right there. It's a little bit off center, which I like. This is great.
I like
Great
the color
nature
palette,
shot.
too.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Ooh.
Ooh, chickens.
I'm going to assume I'm going to assume this is with a teleconverter.
Probably.
Probably. And I mean, it looks great.
Looks
and,
awesome.
And we've got some great compression. I like the stacked, how we've got two elephants in the front, elephants in the back, and the light coming in that I'm going at. To me, it looks like the Serengeti. It may not be, but it's in Africa.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
That's nice.
I love the toning on it, the warm tone.
Yeah, it looks really
And the elephants, touching tusks are, it's really not tusks,
trunks.
trunks.
Yeah.
They have tusks, but trunks.
right.
They're touching trunks. Ooh, another one.
This is also from, well, you submitted too, so no commentary on the second one.
But it's so nice.
It looks nice.
And
You did a good
again,
job.
I'm given the subject matter, I am like 88.6% sure this is with a 2x
I just want to
teleconverter.
give it like a little chin scratches.
Just ooh, yeah. Right. It's so cute. You may not come back with a hand,
Yeah, that's fine.
but yeah, I am really assuming that he's got the 2x converter on here, and it's nice and sharp still.
Yeah. What's next?
Uh-oh.
3 from Howard. Wow.
Now this one, I think he was really close.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Again,
this was like 50? No.
Yeah, 50. Now, again, I'm going to say that all 3 of those that he submitted
Yeah.
were good examples of using with the teleconverter to extend your range without increasing the size too much, because this is still very easy to travel with.
Yeah.
Because a lot of, and this comes up a lot actually in conversation, which is people will ask us, what should I take on safari? And I'm taking these bush planes and I'm limited to X amount of kilos and I don't know what to take. So very often that comes down to the 70 to 200 or the 100 400.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about, let's make sure to talk about the
Yeah.
difference between these
We will, yeah.
after this, because both are really viable options for this. Oof.
Oh, that's cute. From Scott.
Oh, they're holding hands.
Yeah, I like
Or
the little
flipper.
guy.
They're flippers,
A
yeah.
little jealous guy on the right. It's like, wait, I want to hold
Have to
hands.
zoom in there.
That's really great shot.
That is amazing. That's Antarctica. I almost positive.
I would assume that's not Miami, but
Nope.
this is awesome.
It's really
Look
nice.
how nice the bokeh is. I mean, everything is coming together beautifully. This is like National Geographic.
Yeah, and
You could have used your 10 by 15 dual binoculars here to look at those penguins. I'm just
and again, I'm going out on a limb, and you could leave it in the comment, but I'm pretty sure this was teleconverter as well,
maybe
because
not. I don't know.
that's pretty cool. Penguins are not very big. That size
They could
penguin.
be huge penguins. You don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're not.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's with teleconverter.
Okay, what's next?
All right. Ooh,
We got a nice
now
little lay flat.
that's not what you would expect from a 70 to 200, but I love
Who's
that
it-
it's
who's this
flat
from?
field.
This is from Wesley. Nice.
Really nice.
This is great. Not what I would have expected from a 7200, but showing you the lens's versatility. I mean, super sharp, nice and flat. Cool.
Pilot watch with pilot log, pilot headphones,
The headphones, yeah.
Really nice.
That's really, really cool. The map in the background.
and
nice,
the aviation map. Yeah,
nice job. And this is from
this is from me.
David.
Yeah,
That is cotton candy machine.
this is from the Dolomites.
Oh, close enough.
Yeah. Anyway, this is from the Dolomites, and I like to kind of pick out cool details and stuff. So this is with, I think this is just 70 to 200 at 200 millimeter. I do end up shooting a fair amount of landscape at 200-ish because I find it's great for mountains and picking out little vignettes. I think I have the next one in here as well.
Ooh, mountainy.
Yeah, so this is the Dolomites. This is at Refugio Lagazoy. I think I showed a previous shot of a sunset. Now this one was obviously before sunset, and it's not a single photo. This is a vertical handheld sweep on top of a pretty windy mountaintop. So I can't remember exactly how many photos it is, but probably about 8. And just no tripod. This was me just click, 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 going across the horizon and stitching them together. And because the lens was so even in terms of performance, no distortion, nice and even, a telephoto really makes a difference. And I'm going to say I probably shot these closer to the 70 millimeter side because I wanted more of the, more height on my pano image. And so basically instead of using a 14 millimeter, I used a 70
The
millimeter.
advantage is you get the compression, and also you could print this like the size of a house if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think I actually left a little bit of room to zoom in, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I took a wider shot.
Another one.
No, so actually, okay, wait. So this first one,
Uh-huh.
I take it back. This first one is probably about 100 and something,
Uh-huh.
maybe 120.
Uh-huh.
This one is at 70, same position, and you'll notice that I did more shots. This is probably somewhere between 10 and 15 images, all, again, handheld. This is where we were staying, but you can see it's just seamless and perfect. So if you think you want to do a panoramic like this, I always forget to do panoramics when I'm in a place like this, and I'm always kicking myself that I didn't do more. So I am very pleased that at least this time I remembered.
Is that it?
Yes, this is it.
Sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Last time you were sure, and there was
No,
like
I'm
30 more.
sure. I'm sure.
Okay.
So what? And again, telephotos are just extraordinarily good for these kind of handheld panos because you can keep that horizon level. There's no distortion, and if you had the lens on anyway, picking out details, you can do a seemingly wide shot with a tele.
Ready for the next one?
Nope, I sure am.
Okay. So what comes next? I guess we're going in focal length order. So
Yes, let's go
let's
focal
talk
length.
about that. The big boy, the OG SL telephoto lens, still king of the hill,
Yep,
the 90-280. Take it away.
this is my 90-280.
That is
So
why it's very well loved.
hold on, 1 second.
What are you doing?
I'm just
Oh,
making it less dirty
It's too late
because
now.
it's
too
a
late.
little
late for
filthy. This one's been around a little bit, but so don't judge me. It also has my kind of interesting tripod plate situation there, which I can show. So this is the 90-280 APO Vario-Elmarit-SL. It is arguably, in my mind, the highest quality telephoto lens that I have used. I know that's kind of a big, bold statement to make, but this was introduced in 2016. It is the second lens in the SL lineup. And this is not hyperbole. When you look at the marked focal lengths here of 90, 120, 160, 210, 280, these, at the time when this came out in 2016, at every marked focal length was better than any available Leica prime lens, which was pretty outstanding. Since then, since the 90 APO-Summicron-SL, I would say that 90 APO prime lens does have an edge over this zoom at 90. But this beats all of the lenses I was testing against, the 180s and the 280s are lenses that I was testing against, as well as any of the M lenses.
Yeah. It is
the
same kind of mindset as the 24-90.
Yep.
Where you have this prime lens performance in a zoom.
Yes.
It's certainly going to exceed anything. Well, there's not much in M that's
No.
good, but anything R, like the 180 APO R that we both love,
Sure.
especially that you've shot for years.
It outperformed it.
It outperforms it. The S lenses, it outperforms them, like the S180, for example. So you're getting performance.
That one's pretty close, though. The S180 is a
pretty darn
ridiculously good
You're
lens.
getting an extremely high level of performance in a very useful range, because I think the reason Leica didn't do a 70-200 first is because they figured, well, most people with the 70-200 need a little bit more. They put on an extender or whatever, and they don't really need the wide end. So they went 90-280 to mix it up a little bit, give us something different, and actually gave us a really usable range for a lot of telephoto needs. Now, I want to mention, as we've said before, the two extenders, the 1.4x and the 2x, are not compatible with
They're not.
the 90-280. You cannot use them on the 90-280. So just to be clear, they are not compatible. So if you want more reach, you need to use one of the other two telephoto lenses. But let's take a look at some images first, can we?
Well, I'm going to talk
Okay.
a wee bit more about this lens because
Okay.
it is a personal favorite,
Okay.
and I think it is part of that Holy Trinity,
Sure.
original Holy Trinity.
Let's do it.
And a lot of people kind of easing into our discussion after the one after this, which is kind of that this or that gear discussion and kit building. A lot of people do ask me about the 90-280 versus the 70-200 or the 100-400.
I feel that.
I think it's worth giving a little attention. I should also mention, versus say the 100-400, this is like the 70-200. This is all internal zooming and focusing. It is very, very weather sealed. I have shot with this in conditions I probably shouldn't, but it is there. It does have a bit of an elevated tripod foot. They are interchangeable, though. If so, you want to take the tripod foot off the 70-200 and put it on here, or vice versa. It's actually the same mount. I do like this elevated foot a little bit more, and I put an Arca plate on here. What I didn't mention is, actually, we didn't mention it on the 70-200, and maybe let's get a close up here. The 70-200. Sorry, we missed that. This is Arca plate compatible, built in to this foot. The 90-280 is not. I have modified this. Good job.
I dropped it back. It's just a bottom plate or bottom cap there.
Yeah, I have modified this
Where'd it go?
with my own plate here. So I made it Arca compatible to go on my tripod, but it doesn't come that way. So that's why some people like the other foot, because it already is Arca compatible. Okay, so let's come back here. And actually, just switch over to the computer real quick. I did do a full review on this lens when it came out in 2016. This is pretty impressive for those who can read such charts, but we're looking at 90, 160, 280 at wide open, 5.6 and f8. And you can see pretty clearly, this is, when we say prime lens performance, if I pulled up prime lenses, this is what good prime lenses look like. Very, very flat MTFs, very high on the graph, and very consistent across both the zoom range and the aperture range. Not very much benefit from stopping down. This lens is just ridiculously sharp from wide open on at every setting. Every focal length, every focus point, it is incredible. And I did go into some of the design if you wanted to actually check that out. But it is just, again, very pleasing. And this is from the original SL 601. I don't know if I had the head-to-head because I don't remember 10 years ago, but yeah, I think I nailed it. That's a great caption, right? Yeah.
I'm on the fence.
Anyway, yeah, you're.
See what I did there?
Anyway, if you want to check this out, you can go to red.forum, look at the review. We have much newer samples to show you.
Yeah.
But I was blown away this very first time that I used it with just how an incredible performing lens this is. And as a follow-up, like Josh said, to the 24-90, I was just blown away that Leica could consistently outperform prime lenses with zooms.
Yeah.
It completely blew my idea of what was
Yeah, if you're not
available.
used to that, it's a little bit shocking because you're just used to zooms having too many or so many compromises. You throw this thing on the camera, especially on the SL3
No
now, and you're
compromise.
like, oh, right, it's insane. Let's take a look at some.
Oh, we have a lot.
We have a lot.
Oh, gosh. Okay, let's go. Well, it's been around since 2016.
Pick it up.
Whoop. Jose jumped the gun there. Okay. There we go.
Another delicious looking bird.
Another bird from Herb.
From Herb.
Yep.
Nice.
I think that's a hummingbird.
I'm assuming so, yes. It's quite
I don't know many birds, but that's a hummingbird. Now, this one is
not
from
a
Albert,
hummingbird, Yeah.
and this is in Bryce Canyon, which great. I mean, again, using a telephoto or a super telephoto in this idea to really hone in on the details, because Bryce is this expansive canyon with all these spires that have been cut by the wind. It's actually wind erosion, not water erosion. Little bonus fact. And yeah, looks
Very
nice.
nice, Albert. Keep going. From Artem. Wow.
Yeah, so this is Artem took this out of a helicopter in Iceland.
As one does.
Well, actually not a helicopter, a small plane, probably.
Something flying.
Artem could comment, but some kind of flying contraption. And yeah, these are silt rivers in Iceland, and it's just a beautiful use for that to really hone in on those details.
From Charles. Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah, some nice Colorado fall foliage there.
So nice.
Yeah, I love telephoto for landscape.
Yeah, and you nailed it.
This one is from
Also,
Charles.
Different Charles.
Yep, this is Charles, and I think I was a few feet away from him. So Charles shot this on our Faroe Islands workshop of some puffins that were having feet. They were actually going out from, they had chicks in little holes in this. You can actually see one of these holes here. The chicks were in the hole, and then the moms would go down, dive into the water, come back with the old fish to feed them up.
Nice. Ooh, this is from Dan.
Dan? Yep.
I'm liking how many landscape shots we have so far. This is
I like all
great.
the fall foliage stuff.
Yeah, this is kind of what we like to use the lens for.
It really is.
Love the reflection. Nice job.
Oof.
Ooh, David Noble.
Nice.
I'll see you in a couple days.
Was this Antarctica?
It's got to be, right?
Gotta be, yeah.
Not South Carolina.
No, that's gorgeous. I love all the texture in the snow on the mountains, you know, and all the detail. Like, so you can see all the fine cracks, all the little places where the snow just sort of fell away and
Yeah.
little mini avalanches.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just,
This is a like this.
Yeah.
So far, these are all great ads for this
These are
lens.
great.
Like really, holy cow! What's next? From different David.
Different
L.
David. Also in an Arctic or
That's funny.
subarctic.
Both Davids, you guys are iceberg friends. Wow.
Iceberg
Or
friends,
glacier
yeah.
friends, whatever. That's
Very cool.
Beautiful. Love the monochromatic toning as well.
And again, that texture of the ice.
Oh, beautiful. From Ed, another car shot.
Another panning car shot.
Right. This is.
These are hard.
These are especially drag racers because they're going like a gajillion miles an hour.
Look how crisp this is.
Yeah,
You can read
Yeah,
all the text.
That's amazing. Nice
Yeah.
job, Ed. That's really cool. From
nice.
Greg. So Greg,
Wow.
your second silhouette shot, also
Killer.
phenomenal.
Oh my God, the sun down here.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Really, really nice.
That's.
I love how the street light is on.
Gosh,
I think that's so cool.
that is well seen right
Yeah,
there.
That is really, really cool. Just a textbook use of this lens.
Jeez.
Nicely done.
Wow. And I love
Yeah,
the vertical lines and everything. Okay, yeah.
killing it.
Okay, go. Wow.
This is also from Greg. So you submitted 2 images, so you're not supposed to get commentary, but you obviously did a great job.
It's really cool.
Cool background.
Well, and subject.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah. Next. From Jane. Cool little street moment. I like you know, you don't normally think of the 9280 as a street photography
No,
lens. and
because it's
yeah, but you did it. Like you're just taking advantage of the compression and the bokeh and you're framing a subject. I like the balloons.
pop of color,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
really, really cool. Nice. Also from Jane, so no commentary allowed.
nice though.
Job though.
But look at just isolating from the background
Yeah.
though.
Oh yeah, popping
Ridiculous.
right out. Yeah, it's so nice. From Jay.
Mm.
Oh, put a dog in
Oh.
there and you
Listen.
that's it, yeah.
Dog.
Look at that face.
Happy dog is winning right there. Look at that.
That is.
And there's someone on a mountain bike too.
That's right. That's great. Look at that epic landscape.
Yeah, I love that you included the mountain biker to go with the dog.
That's right. How kind of you. That's funny. Nice job.
That looks like Colorado or Utah, but looks really nice.
What's next? This is from Jeff.
Jeff. Nice.
More
layers.
landscape. This
Layers.
This is so cool. This is great. I like that the sky's not there. I like that it's a little more abstracted.
Yeah.
This is perfect. This is beautiful. Wow, nice.
Oof. From John.
John K. Look at that. Very, very nice.
Well, it also goes to show just how well controlled the lens is. Because I've shot into the sun a million times,
Yeah.
and that's what you get.
yeah.
It's just nice, localized brightness. It doesn't wash out the image.
Yeah.
It doesn't kill the contrast. The lens is.
Yeah, it's very well controlled. Yeah.
I rarely use the large lens shade, which is here, because unless it's raining, because the lens has no problem with stray light.
Yeah, exactly. Let's keep going. Ooh, we got some water.
It's from Maureen.
Maureen.
Yeah. So
This is your bathtub, I assume.
this is. This was from. Where were we? Were we in the? I want to say we were in the Faroe Islands. On the same trip that Charles took the puffin shots, and I encouraged her to look down into the crashing waves. And there's always these cool textures and the water churning, and you can see all the underwater kind of underwater turbulent activity and the surface. And I love the look of
Yeah,
this.
this is awesome. Nice
This is
job,
a great
Maureen.
capture.
This is really nice.
Because it takes a lot of trial and error and luck
Yeah.
to get a really good frame of this.
Yeah.
And Maureen killed it.
Sweet. Ooh, nice little wedding shot from Michael.
Wow.
This is cool. This
Wow.
is,
Yeah.
you know, again, look at how nice the bokeh is. I like the foreground bokeh on the bottom left there with the lights and, you know, super well controlled. They're not all falling apart because those are light sources. Great moment too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really pretty. Nice. We have
Mike.
Looks
Nice.
like drop the mouse, David. Good job.
Yep. Sure did.
Is it some kind of wild boar?
Is this a cheetah or
I
a?
think it's a cheetah.
Yeah, it's a cheetah.
Cheetah, leopard, tiger.
Oh my.
puma,
Oh my.
Jaguar.
Oh my.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
That's great though. That's
really
the
good shot.
separation from the background is really nice here too.
It's so three-dimensional.
Pose, yeah, nice capture.
Nice.
This is from
Rob.
Rob, our favorite welder photographer.
Great portrait.
This is a great portrait. Yeah,
I'm guessing this is more at 90.
probably.
Probably, yeah.
It
Just
looks
to be
really,
able
really
to
good,
waist
yeah.
up. That's great
That's super
toning,
clean,
great
yeah.
look, studio shot. Good look.
Nice job. We have a bird from Roland.
From Roland, yeah. Nice.
Flinging some
Good little moment.
water or something. Yeah, that's cool. Doing some wildlife photography.
hmm
Nice.
Good reflection too.
Yeah, absolutely. Another bird from
Steven.
Steven. This is like me
Getting out of bed.
7 a.m.
It's like getting out of bed.
I'm looking at my emails and all the messages you guys have sent me. I'm like, oh no, that's me.
That is an expression though. I gotta
Yeah,
say.
that's so funny.
And catching that light colored eye in there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, really nice.
Nice. This is from different Steve.
Steve. Yeah.
Nice little street. Again, another street shot
With
with
layers.
1980.
Look
Yeah.
behind glass.
Very cool that you guys are taking the lens out and about because I don't know if I would. I mean, I don't know if I would carry it around, but man, the results are speaking for themselves. More puffins from TJ.
Wow.
Or penguins, not puffins.
Penguins. Look at them. Look
at them go.
They're just going.
Look at them doing penguin stuff.
They're doing penguin
I
stuff
love the
for
background
sure.
too. It's like just
Ice.
everything is coming together. Yeah.
But that sharpness of the water just sort of coming off of them like that
Yeah,
as they're breaching out of the surface is so cool.
Nice.
And then this one's up in midair. Awesome. Awesome capture.
We got
This one's
from
me.
DF.
Yay. This one's from me from Colorado. Again, I like shooting mountains, and there's some birds in here. I couldn't tell you what they are, but they're perfectly silhouetted against the sunset. So I like that.
Nice.
Let's see. Again, me seeing how well I can use it as a macro lens because Leica doesn't have a macro lens. Oh gosh.
They do, just not an L mount
Oh
full
my
frame macro.
gosh.
They have,
Yeah.
they have
Seriously.
several macro lenses, but
But this just is an example of demonstrating the close focus and also just how dimensional it is. So if you have something like this, a subject like this, you can really just blow the background out,
yeah.
which is really nice. Another landscape shot I took in Colorado. Again, just that compression and all that micro detail, really like. I hope I don't have a million ones. No, this is yours.
Hey, a car picture.
Yep.
You know, I like to use the 9280 for automotive work because of the compression. I'm across the street shooting a 280. Like if you looked for me,
Yeah.
you're like, wait, where did Josh go? Like taking this picture. Because I wanted to really incorporate the fact that it was parked in front of a Cartier, like so everything kind of gets very graphic. And I love the lens for that. The only downside is you have to wait for everyone to stop walking in between you because I'm like waiting across the street and nobody knows I'm taking a picture. This is like 7 in the morning or something, but
It's nice.
yeah, I love this lens for that.
Another one.
Another, yeah, just, different, the same concept, but a different
Compression.
execution. This is in Switzerland. And my buddy and I just drove a mountain pass in his Phoenix yellow E46 M3, split top, notice, no sunroof. And yeah, we just found this great little pull off, and I was like, I'm gonna make some kind of. I was doing all these tight shots with the 9280, and I was like, nah, let me back up, and I kind of just stood on top of a little ledge, and I saw this landscape, and I'm like, this is perfect, and the compression kind of really brings it forward, and I just love how it's almost like a poster.
Yeah. It's really nice.
Yeah, I love this shot.
Yeah.
My buddy Scott's
Used AI for it, right?
Oh, it's all fake.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
all fake. Yeah. It's not even a real mountain back
That's
there.
right. It's totally fake. Yeah.
You shot this in Miami.
Nice. What's next? Ooh.
This is one of mine. Yep, one of mine. This is from the Kerrang in Scotland. I was about to say Switzerland, because you said Switzerland. This is from Scotland.
Different land.
This is from the Kerrang in Isle of Skye, Scotland. And again, I just want to demonstrate how I use the 9280, which is primarily for landscape photography, bringing those elements together. That's that compression you see. So even though these mountains are pretty far apart geographically, visually I'm trying to bring them together and love that the stacking, the layers of color and clouds that you get.
That's nice. Ooh.
This is also mine, but from, Patagonia.
There you go.
And look, I'm embracing the shadow as I am suggesting you do.
Right.
I love when you get that really directional light and you get those deep shadows, and the texture comes alive. Golden hour, just really nice. I think it's nice. And similar, Dolomites, again, mountains, light, you get the idea, where this lens really shines, and it's all the same. These are more, sorry, I thought we didn't have enough 90 to 80 shots.
We have plenty.
And I'll show you one other one. This one is the first time I used the SL2. This was when I was testing the SL2 in Olympic National Park, and I was sprinting to try to catch the sunset on Second Beach in Olympic National Park, and it's about 1.5 miles through the forest to get to the beach, and the sun is just going down and down and down. But I see this, and I'm like, I have to stop, and I just pulled out the camera, changed lens, and got this nice shot through the trees, and very happy I did.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Because I ran even faster to get to the sunset.
That's right.
But I think, and that's that same beach. But later, by moonlight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How'd you get back? With a headlamp?
Yeah, so I ended up getting there about 6 o'clock at night, and I left about 1 a.m.
Why, you were there for 7
because
hours?
it just was
Yeah.
incredible. Like I never actually shot landscape by moonlight before. And if you look over here, there's a There's actually a little campfire going. So it's kind of interesting. It almost looks like daylight, but it's 100% not daylight.
That's really cool.
I really hope that's the last one.
Nope.
There-
Knowing you, there's like 30
Oh,
more.
gosh.
Yep.
Yeah. And this just shows the sharpness of the lens. That's in Scotland, but we probably should just stop because
Oh, I don't know
otherwise.
how many you put in. Keep going.
Oh God,
I'm shaming you publicly.
you're
now.
shaming me publicly.
right.
Sorry, this is a cool surfer at sunset.
Uh-huh.
And look, puffins.
There's your puffin shot.
There's my puffin shot
That's
from a year earlier with the one of the my first go around shooting the SL3 with animal detection. So it actually does work.
puffin detection.
Puffin detection, and there it is. Look at that puffin. So that's a 280 mil, wide open, trusting the animal detection on the SL3, and it does work. I'm just gonna stop.
No,
because
I keep going.
I hate you.
There's more. David has no shame. He will.
I really did
turn
not.
this episode into a David Farkas landscape photography.
Oh my
calendar.
gosh.
Keep going. Oh, there's more.
I-
There's so much more.
Okay. All right, we're done. We're
No,
done
no,
here.
we're
No,
not
we're done. We're done.
How many more are there? It goes fast.
No, that's it.
That's actually
it.
the last one. That's a selfie right there, right?
That's a selfie. That's a Guanaco in Chile.
All right, let's come back to us.
All right.
Well, as we saw, the 90-80, which has been out for a long time.
I really didn't think I had that many in there.
Certainly worthy of extra attention, but we should move on to the next lens. Then
We
can
should.
some
We have
questions.
one more to go.
One more lens, and then we've checked them all off the list. 100 to 400, the longest lens in the Leica portfolio at the moment. Certainly the longest lens they've made in a very long time. And this was the first telephoto lens they released after the 90-280. It is a f5 to 6.3, and the advantage is it keeps it very, very small and very light for a lens with this kind of range, as you can see. It does extend. Put it here so you can see.
Here, I can show from the side.
Here we can show it from the overhead. I'll take that. Thank you, sir. Can we get our slide up here, Jose? As
There
well?
she is.
There we go. So introduced in 2020, so not that long ago in the grand scheme of things.
Nope. It's much more compact.
This is one of the two lenses that is compatible with the 1.4x and 2x extenders. So this and the 7200 are the only two that will work with them. You can get a 140 to 560 or a 200 to 800, depending on how much aperture you're willing to lose. Because at 2x, at 400, you're at what, f11?
Yes.
Yeah. So you definitely
lot.
need to be in good light to take advantage of that. But if you're shooting in, bright sun, like if you're on the Sahara Desert or in Kenya or something and it's super bright, and you don't need, to shoot at f4 or 5.6 or whatever, and you just need the reach, this will get you to 800, and it does work. We have a show on this lens as well, of course, like we do with almost everything that we've shown today.
I gotta go diagonally here.
There we go, yeah.
There.
And this lens is really versatile. It's really light. It's an 82 millimeter filter thread size, so it's the same as all the other big zooms in the 24 to 90, 24 to 70. So it uses the same tripod foot that's arc compatible as the 7200, but you can put the 90 to 280 foot on there if you felt so compelled, depending on your mood. Just a nice, versatile lens. A little slower on the aperture side, so not as ideal for low light or indoor photography, but for landscape, wildlife, outdoor sports, great, because it's just a really versatile range that you can have just this in your bag, maybe like one wider prime, and like go to town. Should we look some photos?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
They would have put those in chat. I don't remember how many we had for this one. So.
Colin actually gave us it was a decent amount. It's not
Okay.
crazy.
Okay. We can look at we'll look at those.
I think these unlabeled ones are. I think that's you, and then I think these are Colin.
Yeah, I think I dropped like one in there.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
okay.
I should have done more, but
So we should have mentioned that. So Colin actually has this lens. He does a lot of hiking. He actually hiked the Colorado Trail, and I believe he
Nice.
had one of these guys in a 2490.
Let's take a look at some photos.
Sure, let's
What do we
go.
got? First is
Carlos.
Carlos. Wow,
That's cool.
that is very
Death-defying.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Look at that light. I mean, the inspiring
Pretty
is
awesome, yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Wow,
Looks like it's in the Alps somewhere.
awesome. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Nice.
it's very cool.
Very cool.
Ooh.
Craig, do a little action photography there. Was that
Also, I promise it's not cut off. It's
that's
us.
right. Just very cool. That's what those are made for. Outdoor sports.
Yep.
Also from Craig, a little bit of wildlife.
Very nice. Very nice.
And the bokeh's actually really nice. It's far enough away that you're actually getting some nice bokeh there.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's 400.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really where this lens shines.
Oh yeah.
Another.
This is from Hamad.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that a flamingo? Just like not a pink?
It's like a bleached flamingo.
Yeah.
It's too sunny.
Yeah. That's really cool though.
Listen, Hamad, you got to make sure to put your flamingos back in the shade.
That's right.
Otherwise,
they lose their pink.
Yeah, they lose their pink. Yeah.
Nice.
It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Never seen a flamingo that color. Ooh.
Kristen?
Yep. Not our Kristen.
No, well, our Kirsten.
Our Kirsten. No, this is Kristen.
Sorry, Kirsten.
But this is cool.
This is a great moment. Yeah, I like that you got the cows in the bottom. Yeah, you can see them there. And it's just like really nice framing, good expression, good moment.
Sharp.
Yeah, and very sharp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. From
Oh.
Michael,
Oh.
sending us 2 low res. It happens to the best of us. I like the expression on the
Yeah.
moose, elk,
Yep. Sure.
buffalo.
One of those. One of those.
One of those. Is it one of the ones you make a burger out of, or one of the ones you make an extract out of? I don't know. Oh, here we go.
Here we
This
go.
is from Roger.
Very cool.
Got a rhino family going on.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not want to
like-
get very close to those
Nope.
creatures.
Nope. They are. Nope. They've got a business end. You want to stay away from that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh wow.
From Steve.
Steve, I love this.
This is me before I moisturize.
Yes. It's. Wait. Oh yeah. It says it's Josh.
That's right.
No, it's pretty cool.
This is great.
Like they.
It's like because normally the temptation would be to just get the whole animal in the shot.
Or the face.
But I love the little detailed little moment. Like that's awesome. This
Oh,
is
nice.
from a different Steve.
A different Steve. Steve R.
R.
Very
Little
cool.
horses going on here. Very exciting. Very dynamic.
All the splashing.
That's cool. Nice. This is from another Steve. Man, a lot of Steves.
Steve. I love the light.
Stephen K.
To me, this looks like Arctic light.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like the sky's on fire.
It
Wow.
is.
That
It is.
Wild.
It does look like that.
Nice.
So I don't know if it's Antarctica or Greenland or somewhere, but it's
know.
definitely very high or low down on the Earth
Yeah.
to get this kind of light because you get those magic pinks and purples at high latitude.
Nice. Also from Steve. Same one. All right. We already did your commentary, so no more.
There's a bird over there. 2 birds.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is cool. Doing a little
Grasshopper.
close-up shot.
Yep.
Again, not what normally one would expect, but showing the versatility here.
little
that
bit-
must have been tough.
A little bit freaky, I gotta say.
Or maybe that's just a massive grasshopper that's like terrorizing a small town, and you just like you shot it at 100 from a long distance. I don't know.
knocking
I don't
like
know.
knocking over
Are you
cars.
okay? Like, can you tell me if you're okay if you're watching?
Blink twice. Yeah. That's wow. It's a little freaky, but very cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Oh,
Also,
nice.
Thomas, another bird shot. Yeah, this is where the lens really
Yeah,
shines. in the environment.
for sure.
And
Oof.
also from Thomas.
Yeah, you don't want to get too close to that one.
Yeah, no. He looks hungry.
Yes.
Hey, there's a car photo from me.
Nice.
This is when I first tried out the lens, and I was just playing around with sort of testing out the performance, shooting into the sun, shooting metals. Like
Is that a Z8?
that is a Z8. Good job.
Wow.
A plus.
Wow. I win.
plus.
It's a cool car, but I don't like the license plate.
I know, right? That breaks my heart.
Ugh.
I like the details, though.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That is a cool shot. This is from Colin,
Ooh.
and this was a
Who?
kind of who? This was some kind of owl that we spotted when we were taking a quick lunch break, actually, at Lake Pejo in Chile, in Patagonia, and this awesome-looking owl came up. My lens was woefully short, but Colin whipped out the 100-400, and he wouldn't share it. So he got some nice photos.
Yeah, good job.
And look at that. That's a crop from the other one, and you can see because he's shooting with a camera that has the resolution, the lens holds up,
Nice.
he can crop in on
That's
that.
kind of cute.
I think this is also a Colin photo.
Nice. More landscape. Oh.
Oh, okay, that's adorable.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. I think it is an otter.
That
Or-
is an otter. Yes.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Is it beaver? Or
That's not a beaver.
It's an otter. It's an
That's
otter.
an otter. My God.
This is also from Colin.
Wow.
Yeah.
The breach.
Yep. With some kind of whale.
That's a humpback whale.
Sure. And this was when he went to Alaska with Evan.
Yeah. Super cool.
And I shot kind of this far distance shot because clearly this a pretty long lens, and you can see just the scale. I love like the scale of this little. The plane's not that little,
Yeah.
but this super little plane against the big mountains there in
Yeah, it's
Alaska.
pretty epic.
Yeah, there you go. It's another
That's
view.
so cool.
Very cool. And the red playing against the
Yeah,
blue.
that pops out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is from his backyard, almost. This is I'm pretty sure that's Colorado near where he lives, because he has a lot of.
How does
these.
it like walk with those giant things on its head?
Yeah,
Isn't it getting caught in the trees all the time? It would drive me crazy.
you know, you should ask it.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, there you go. There's
There it
another
is.
shot,
Looks
and they're like furry. The antlers are
Yeah,
furry.
they are kind of furry.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? So
Yeah.
that's a elk. I think it's an
I don't
elk.
know.
There's another one. Okay, so that's what we got from Colin.
Nice. A good variety. So
Very-
we have successfully, over the course of 2 episodes, covered the entire range of Leica SL lenses. And I think now you have a clear sense of where everything fits. Really, really cool to see everybody's photographs. We definitely, as I mentioned earlier, we want to incorporate more of your photography in future episodes, and we'll find ways to do it. You know, I would say just make sure you're reading the instructions, like in terms of resolution and the naming of the files, so we know what's going on.
Sure.
Let's talk a little bit about, because we have some time. Not a
We
ton,
got about
have
15
some
minutes.
time.
Well, first, let's see if there's any questions that we missed.
Oh, yeah, right. Jose.
And then we can
questions?
talk about
Yes,
some
kits.
kind of kit building stuff.
Not really, not at the moment.
No?
I think we can continue. Yeah, yeah.
No? Okay.
Great. Let's
cool.
talk about kits.
So, you know, it can be a little overwhelming when you look at this range to determine what is it that you need for your kit. And of course, like we say every other 5 minutes, it depends. However, I think we can put together a couple of kits, maybe kits that we've used on trips.
For sure.
Or kits that we're thinking about using on trips, and talk about where things fit in.
Yeah.
And I want to start with you. So can you break down for me, you know, a Leica Star Miami photo adventure, let's take a Faroe Islands kit.
Sure.
Just in a short way, what you're going to bring for the kind of photography you're going to do, and kind of why you would decide to bring those lenses.
Sure. I mean, specifically, I've done the Faroe Islands a couple times, so I have an easier time doing that. And interestingly, and you want to hand them to me, and I'll just like show them, or
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me.
So I would do the 14 to 24,
Okay. Nice.
24 to 90.
Nice.
I feel like is this like we're picking kickball teams?
Yes.
Dodgeball
yes.
or dodgeball teams?
No
or
one's going to
something?
be itching. Don't worry.
And and this one's a little tough. I chose the 90 to 280,
Okay.
but I could absolutely see the case for the 100 400. Again, because of the puffins, and they're
Okay.
pretty small.
Okay.
And the thing is, you can't get too close because you'll scare them away. So this is it's a tough call. I'm going 90 to 280 just because you could see I love the lens, and I feel like you can always crop a little bit. So that's kind of what I would take. The reason for the 14 to 24 over the 1635 in this case is because there's some places where I really need that 14 millimeter, and I'm not using a whole lot of filters on the wide end. All the waterfalls that we're photographing are generally further away, you know, falling in the landscape, and the 24 to 90, I can just filter that and get my long exposures. Put the ND on there. I certainly could use a 1635. I think it would be just fine if I wanted to stick with the filtered setup.
Let me ask you this. So, obviously we talk constantly about how good the primes are.
Yeah,
But you're not bringing any primes. What's kind of the functional mindset for that?
sure. The functional mindset is it's wet and windy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Faroe Islands, Patagonia, Iceland, Norway, these are very windy, very wet, very icy places. Less lens changes are good. More lens changes are, I forgot Scotland, which is like super wet and super windy. So all of these places that we go tend to be, I would say, not extreme, but extreme for cameras, right? They are definitely at the pushing the limits of what you can put your gear through and come out the other side. In fact, it's a great opportunity to talk about Colin's video.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, you should check out Colin's In the Elements video, where he actually shows, like really shows, how far you can push like SL and Q gear in terms of weather sealing. So I think the zooms just have more practicality there in terms of not having to change lenses so often. Most of what you need to do on most trips is going to be with the 24 to 90. And then ancillary to that is going to be, so I'd say in the Faroes, the only time you would even need the telephoto is really just to shoot the puffins. Otherwise, you could go out with this and probably with this, right? You can go out with two lenses most days and cover everything. I would say in a place like Dolomites or Patagonia, where I've shown, I think it would be a crying shame not to bring a telephoto every time you go out.
Yeah.
Because the mountains are calling for telephoto.
Yeah. So you're thinking about, from a photographic standpoint, you're not necessarily in need of that ultra high performance f2 type of lens.
Sure.
Because the kind of photography you're doing is either stop down
Or far away.
or far away.
Yeah.
And what
Or both.
you're prioritizing flexibility
Yes.
and versatility and range over absolute outright performance.
Correct. And the reality is I'm shooting these at 5.6, 6.3,
Right. So it's
7.1,
negating because what you're paying with the
8.
APOs is wide open performance.
Absolutely.
So you're negating a little bit of that, which is and you obviously you've shown these images and they look
Yep.
awesome. So
Yeah.
clearly you're doing well.
Right.
What about if you're going to a place like Paris and you're gonna do
Yep.
a little more street, a little more
Sure.
on foot kind of stuff in the city environment?
Well, it also depends when you're shooting, but in case there, if I was shooting with the SL, either I'd kind of stick to my old school ways and do 24-90, which is what I did when I was in Tokyo, and I just went out with an SL3 and a 24-90. But I think, given the choice, I probably would go with the 28-70, 2.8, and it is like picking teams here.
Yes.
Let's see, that 21 over there, right?
Oh, here we go.
So I would probably, if I was building out the perfect, let's say, urban kit, and then the 90. Where we go?
At the end.
Okay, so I probably would do, the 21, the 90, APOs, and a 28-70.
That's a nice setup.
Because the 70 is a little bit short for my needs, but the flexibility and the size and the compactness and how discreet this is. Also, it is 2.8. So if I am going to go, say, into Saclay or whatever in a church or Notre Dame, I don't know if Notre Dame is open again, but yet.
Yeah.
But, I want to do some interiors. A 2.8 is going to come in really handy. And especially for doing those interiors, even more so, a 21 f2 is going to come super, super clutch to go in these dimly lit interior spaces. Also, the 21 for doing street photography is incredible. Just being able to sort of dial in hyperfocus using that depth of field scale on the camera.
Yeah.
If you don't know about it, Colin did a video on that too. And just go around and do some street portraits in close quarters. And then just for your general everyday walk around, just the 28-70.
Yeah, so you're combining the flexibility of a lightweight zoom for walk around stuff with primes that don't they're not redundant primes because neither of those focal lengths exist in that zoom.
Exactly.
So you can combine the fact that you have that small, lightweight, flexible zoom for your everyday stuff, and then for those situations that call for a different focal length or the higher performance or the better low light gathering, you can pop on one of the APO-Summicrons.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and I think, obviously we're spoiled because we can pick from literally every single lens.
Sure.
But you need to decide based on the kind of photography you're doing, the kind of environment you're photographing in, where your needs are going to be. Because sometimes it's not about the highest performance. Sometimes it's about the most flexibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the least lens changing, or the longest reach possible, or the widest possible. Or if you need to use a certain kind of filter, let's say you only have a 67mm polarizer, well, you got to have 67mm lenses. So,
and by the way, these are all 67 lenses.
Right, that's a great benefit of the 20-70 if you have it paired with some of the APO-Summicron primes is that it's also an E67. So if you have polarizers, ND filters, any other kind of filters, that's a huge advantage. Just like if you use the 24-90, 90-280, 735, they're all E82, which is also really nice.
Now, I could also
Yes.
go a different way. Instead of the zoom, if I was going kind of pure, I could go with, say, the 21, the 35,
Ooh, okay.
the 35,
Over there somewhere. It's right there.
the 35, and the 75. And really
I like
just do
that.
like a 3-lens
Yeah.
prime kit, maximizing both performance and light gathering. And I think that would be, I think this would actually echo, say, an M kit that I would carry.
Yeah,
Right?
yes,
Where I would
yeah.
carry a 21, a 35, and a 75.
Except the only difference between this and an M kit is you can still buy these lenses. All your M lenses are discontinued and you like to rub it in our faces.
I can buy these, yes. You could, yes.
Yeah, I think that a three lens Apple kit is going to be awesome because no matter what lens you're putting on, you're going to
best.
know that it's the sharpest lens that
Yeah.
exists. So if you're out there and you're like, oh man, I need to make sure I have the best sharpness for this, architectural shot or this, close-up shot. If you just have APO-Summicrons in your bag, you don't have to even think about it. You just think, what focal length do I need? And just pop it on. And of course, the other advantage of the insane performance is even wide open. On a 60 meg sensor, you have a lot of croppability.
You sure do.
So if you are shooting with a 21 and you don't have time to change lenses or you didn't bring another lens with you and you have a great moment, you can crop that to 28, even 35 because you have a combination of a lot of resolution and extremely high performance even at f2. So you're not like, you're cutting a slice out of a very, very high quality pie, so to speak.
Exactly.
Well, you can ask me one.
Yeah. So, what did you order at the that brunch place? No.
Place. Now you're getting hungry. Now, man, I want some eggs.
So, okay, I would say to you, how do you decide? I know you love telephoto, so this is kind of an apropos discussion.
Yeah.
But how do you decide between something like, absolute image quality with the 90 APO, right, or flexibility with one of the zooms when you're going out to, you know that you've got a specific shoot, you kind of have you've been there before, you know the lay of the land. How do you decide where to go with that?
Sure. I mean, number one is going to be if I know I can get distance between me and my subject with a clean background, I gravitate towards the 90-280 because I like the 200 to 280 range. So when I was, photographed that the Lamborghini shot in Design District, in the city, I knew from going to that show enough times that I could get that kind of distance. However, there's other events that I go to where I just know it's going to be tight. It's going to be close.
So you're talking just the number of people
Right,
or
yes,
just the environment?
Both.
Right.
Or where I know it's a much busier background, so I need every little bit of aperture that I can get out of my subject. That's when I'm going to bring the 51.4 SL
Okay.
and something like a 75 or a 90 f2.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about the environment first because I already kind of know my photographic style when it comes to shooting cars. Like I know what I like. Now I'm always experimenting, but if I'm going to an event where I'm like, all right, I got to make sure I get my shots, I get the job done, and I'm flexible. I'm really thinking about the environment. Of course, if I've never been there, I'm probably going to bring a couple of different options. I've been really gravitating towards the 50 non-APO.
Okay.
Like I shot the BMW at the Nürburgring because it's so easy to travel with. So if I want to bring a camera with literally just one lens, I'll bring an SL3 with the 50 non-APO.
Wow.
I can
So
put
really
it
small.
I could put it in a small Oberth bag, really easy to travel with. Let's say I'm going international and I'm not necessarily going for photography, but I just want to have a nice fast prime.
Sure.
I can do city stuff with it. I can shoot cars with it. I can do anything with it. So
Nice.
I've been fortunate enough to, obviously play with all of these. I don't do a lot of super wides for me because I'm not doing much landscape.
Yeah.
Or interiors. I do like automotive, doing a lot of watches. But of course, the other lens that I use, which is not even doesn't even count as this one,
Yeah.
which we didn't talk about because it's not.
We didn't talk about because it's not a full frame SL lens.
But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it because it is one of the lenses in the L mount that I use the most, which is the 60 macro TL. A lens that only continues to get better over time as the sensor resolution increases. Because when you mount a TL lens on the SL, any SL body, you have a crop factor. On the original SL, you were down to like 10 megapixels.
Was 10, yeah.
Then you were at
Then
I think, 20 on the SL2 and now 30
33
something on the SL3. So you actually have more resolution with the 60 macro on an SL3 than you did on the original SL, which is a camera nobody thought was.
Okay, that's kind of funny, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It's an APO lens. It's incredibly high performance. It's incredibly light. It focuses super close. I mean, it's a true one-to-one macro lens, and they're cheap. I think we have at least. Do we have any used ones left, Jose, or did I sell them all?
I think we sold them all.
Did we really? Oh. 60 macro TL. I would love it if one day Leica comes up with a full frame macro lens.
Oh my gosh, yes, please.
But until
No,
then,
we do have them available.
Oh, we have
look.
two left. Okay, but I know we had a bunch because every time I take it, I have a chance to buy one.
Oh, you got two, yeah.
I take one because this is mine. This is on my desk all the time. I use it for watch photography. I use it for product photography. I use it for telephoto because it's a 90 equivalent.
Yeah.
So a 33 megapixel, 90 millimeter lens, APO, made in Germany, super sharp, for less than $2,000.
Yep.
We have one for $1,600 and $1,800.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think I know this is not full frame. I know this is not weather sealed, so it doesn't necessarily belong on the table in the same category. But for the money,
And size.
E60 filter thread, super light, for less than $2,000 to have that kind of capability on the SL3 now at 30 megs, and the performance is ultra modern, not quite as good as an APO-Summicron, but really, really close, especially for the price point.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on these because one day they're all going to be gone because they don't make them anymore, and then we're all going to be sad.
Sad. All right, let's talk about
Yes.
that hypothetical that comes up a lot, which
Yes.
is what telephoto to take on Safari?
Ooh.
Because we do get that
Yeah.
question a lot.
I think I gravitate first towards the 100-400 with the 1.4x extender. And probably the 2x also because you just have them in the bag.
Well, usually when you're shooting, let's say African Safari, you're generally shooting in pretty bright daylight.
Yeah.
Most of the time,
Yeah.
right? You're out in daytime conditions. You're not shooting at night. Having a 400 millimeter native reach
Yeah.
without teleconverter, and also, the other zooms are internal zooming and focusing. The 100-400 noticeably not, because they were able to make the lens very, very short relative to the maximum focal length, right? As it's extended, it almost doubles in size. That's the trick. That's how they were able to get the lens compact for travel. So because you have size and weight limitations, I normally recommend the 100-400.
Yeah, I would go. The reason I would sometimes take the 70-200 is primarily because of the significantly faster autofocus. So like when I was at the racetrack, I shot with this. Or if I'm shooting in very low light and I need that 2.8 aperture, because the difference between 2.8 and then 5 to 6.3
Big difference.
is huge.
Especially with the teleconverter coming
Yes, yes. So even with the 1.4, it's still an f4 across the range. It's
Yes.
still faster aperture-wise than the 100-400. So I'm asking myself, what do I need first? Do I need reach first? Do I need autofocus speed first? Do I need low light gathering first? Or do I need performance first, which is when I'm going to grab the 90-280?
Right.
Because that's the performance king.
Right.
So between these three, you've got three really interesting options. And what's nice is the spread of price is really big. So it's, there's a lot of value in having more than one, meaning, the 90-280 is the highest price, but these two come in considerably less. So you can, especially on the pre-owned market, there's a lot of options. So I think for sports, 70-200.
Okay.
For safari, 100-400. For landscape, with the occasional wildlife, 90-280.
90-280,
Yeah,
I agree with that. That's a good summary. Good job.
Thank you. It's almost like I've used these lenses.
It's almost like we've used these lenses before. Yeah.
Really, now the question is, what are you going to bring to Tucson? I know we talked about it. Now
I'm just bringing a Q.
You're going to bring, okay.
I'm just bringing a Q.
I'm
I'm traveling light.
I'm doing SL3S, 20 to 70, and then
Although I have all of these things to choose from.
Not when I take them home. And I'm going to go with one vintage M lens as well.
Okay.
Just for funsies.
Funsies.
I may bring. Should I bring the 35 with goggles that we just listed? Nah, I'll let somebody buy it. I'm gonna bring something else. But any questions, Jose? Well, I think it's 9 o'clock. I think we did it.
Did we do it?
Yeah. So we have 2 episodes now that covers the entire portfolio of Leica SL lenses.
Amazing.
We showed tons of images. I'm super excited that we got to share everyone's shots. We'll definitely do this again for something else. So be sure to stay tuned. Be sure to follow the instructions that we give you so you can actually have your images featured. You want to sign us off?
Not really, but I'll do that too. So it looks like we've got some people coming to Tucson as well.
Nice.
So
We'll see you all there. It's going to be awesome.
see you all there.
Yeah,
all
we're there
right.
Wednesday afternoon. So.
Well, I'm gonna go home and pack. I gotta leave.
Like 4 hours or something.
No. I have to leave home in 9 hours.
Oh, perfect.
So
So you'll pack in 6 hours, is what you're saying.
oh gosh, yeah. So we're excited. If you're coming to Tucson, please. Josh doesn't usually bite. If you buy him a drink first, he definitely won't bite. So we're excited to see people there and do all the fun Leica things at the Leica Society. We've got some good speakers as well as some cool photo outings. So
It's going to be awesome.
looking forward to that. And for those of you in the chilly north, it's some nice weather. So it should be a really, really fun meeting. And looking forward to that, as we always do. Our next episode is...
I think is May 16th, I'll tell you. Let me check our calendar here. Checking.
So it's SL Lenses Part 3.
No, I don't know what we're doing yet. I have some ideas. We are May 9th.
Okay.
Saturday, May 9th.
Mark your calendars.
Is our next show. Topic TBD.
Yep.
Something amazing is going to blow your minds, I'm sure, whatever it is.
Excellent. Yeah, so May 9th, be there back at the normal Saturday night time and place. If this was inconvenient for you, sorry. Just remember, you can watch this anytime in all its 4K glory on the YouTube. It will be available for rewatch shortly after the video is ended and it goes into permanent rotation. If you want to see any of our other episodes, including the part 1 of this episode where we covered everything from 14mm to 35, please do so. It's right there on our channel, as is almost 100 episodes of Red Dot Forum Camera Talk, covering every single topic imaginable.
I think this is 94.
Is it really?
I think I counted we're at 93, so I think we're at 94 or
94.
95. So by the end of the year, we'll be at 100. And
incredible.
I'm going to give away a Mini Cooper or something. I don't know.
We're not going to do that at all. Josh will give away a lens cap. That's more appropriate.
None of my precious caps.
Precious.
No.
Yeah. And so be sure to check out any of the previous episodes. Also, we've got some cool videos that Colin's done talking about the weather sealing on Leicas, as well as dialing in depth of field on various cameras from M to Q to SL. I've got a video on rangefinder focusing if you're interested in that, etc. So we're always coming out with new stuff, which means make sure that you are subscribed to Red Dot Forum on YouTube. Click the notification bell so you know when we post new content, because we don't do it all the time, but when we do, it's awesome. Keep that in mind.
And
Yes.
well, also, if you like what we do, you like these cool things, the best way to support that and to keep this content going is to shop at Leica Store Miami.
Amazing.
The greatest Leica store on the planet, where we all reside and all work.
Yes.
We
The
are
day job.
We are very proud of what we do. We have tons of new stuff, tons of used stuff. We also just posted a great video about the Leica watches. A great interview with Henrik Ekdahl, who's the managing director of the Leica watch division.
Yep.
Super, super cool if you haven't watched that already. But yeah, I mentioned earlier, I added a ton of cool stuff to the pre-owned department just over the last few days. Vintage M lenses, modern M lenses, bodies, accessories, bags, all kinds of really cool stuff. And I'm always adding more. So definitely keep an eye on the site, because again, supporting Leica Store Miami is the best way to help keep us bringing you this kind of content.
Yes. Also, if you want to go and take pictures like we do, and go to amazing places that we have named, we also have a great workshop program, and you can sign up for that. If you see they're sold out, which they often are, don't hesitate to put yourself on the wait list. We often do get cancellations last minute, and spots do free up. So don't be disheartened by that. But yes, they do fill up fairly often, because we do keep a very small group size.
That's right.
So yeah, it's a great opportunity if you've never tried it before to just be in some of the most amazing places with the most incredible light. And also the people aren't half bad. We really, have a great time. So, all right, with that, thanks to Josh. Thank you to Jose down there. Look at him over there. All right. He's very quiet this episode. Come on, say something, Jose.
Showing a lot of photos. I think people like that.
Awesome.
I know. The feedback's good. We're going to keep doing it. I promise.
Yeah, we love the feedback. Keep it coming. All right. So until then, we'll see you in a few weeks on May 9th. May 9th.
Or we'll see you in Tucson in 2 days.
Or we'll see you in Tucson in 2 days. So yeah. Have a good rest of the week for those of you who aren't going to Tucson. For those of you who are, we'll see you there. And we'll see you in a few weeks back here on the old YouTube. So thanks a lot, and have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.